If not, I'm gonna roll a dice.
We always roll dice.
No, we always just volunteer Fudge.
Yes, I love Fudge's recaps, though.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, Fudge, you've been volunteered.
Fantastic. Last time on Eve of Ruin. Oh god, what happened? We came in believing it was going to be a nice, casual session. We pulled the entire map. Clearly, nothing else was out to get us. We burned all our spell slots. We were ready to just find the doohickey and be done with it.
Yes. After the session ends, I want you to cut all his recaps together.
Yes.
The tale of the tale of the heroes who defeated Vecna.
Yes.
Yes. I believe we began at the end of the fight. We were teleporting around. We got the bunch of things. Squid creatures were blasted to pieces. And we started off on the ship. Everything grounds to a nice, casual stop. As we get our bearings and make sure everyone's not murdered by a stingray. Wait, that's later. Yes, that was much later. Okay. We talked to the captain lady, whose name I keep forgetting. Iron? Evern? Enda. Something with an I. Enda. And we're chatting with her and we're like, what do we do? And she informs us that the crazy man holds 2 keys to unlock the secret safe that holds the MacGuffin we need. Oh, drinking water, it's delicious. Okay. They send Argon there for some reason to chat with him. In this chat, it is revealed that he might have been the reason the ship crashed. And Argon's like, no. If you crashed the ship, that's on the captain, not you. Chin up, King.
And then he said, "Oh wait, that was me."
Yes, Arg gaslit the crazy man and himself into believing that yes, no one's to blame, or we're all to blame, but we can definitely shift the blame around. It's okay. As driver the driver nods at each other, Tel comes in and actually smooths things over with his amazing Tel abilities to just talk normally.
Tell abilities.
Yes, his Tel abilities.
Telepathy, yeah.
Yes,
It's made to entail a kinesis.
yes, it's his empathic abilities, and yeah, he's a telepath or whatever.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, perfect. And after me, Arg and the crazy man were gassing each other up, saying, "Yeah, we're not at fault." Tel came in and smoothed things over, and he's like, "No, you're at fault, but I'll share the blame because that's what captains do, or something. So we're all at fault." Kinda, not really. And the crazy's like, "Man, who I should stop calling crazy man. We figured out he has something going on with his brain." Memory leak or something. I don't know. Probably need a spell. What spells fix memory issues?
Greater restoration.
Yes, that. Did we prep that, Alphanike?
no, we did not. Never. We never do.
Arg did. I think Arg. I don't know. I think Arg just has lesser, but still.
Maybe she did.
But we were out of spell slots, so that ain't happening. But he revealed to us that there are codes to opening the locks to the door. One is in his room somewhere, and we threw his room around looking for it. And we found it behind his bed. Behind a painting behind his bed. And he gave us the code, and we burned away the seal using the magical phrase. Whatever the phrase was. Someone probably has it written down somewhere. Snow, ice, something. Yes,
I definitely
the phrase.
did not write it down.
Yes, the phrase, the key phrase. And we unlocked one portion, and then we tucked him in with a 37 weaving tools check into a perfect burrito, as he was kind of getting a little crazy with the whole everyone being in his room and stuff. So we tucked him into bed, walked outside, chatted with Inda again to give us the final part of the key. There's definitely something important she told us there that I completely forgot before we left. Yeah, completely forgot what it was. She's definitely saying something like, "Oh, don't be evil. Something evil is bad, and I'm trusting you with this because you're not evil." Squints at Saren. Saren's not here.
That's correct. Sarah's not here.
Yes. And then we're thinking, okay, there's a tree on that piece of ship that we need to deal with. It's almost as if there was roots in the room Argus teleported himself to in the previous battle filled with this little brain squids. Crazy stuff. We went back and chatted with the druid, because he's a druid, he should know talking trees or whatever. And it's like, for some reason, this druid knew the name of the tree. And it's like, wow. That was some good. He's really a stereotypical druid, isn't he? Yes, he's an
He
elf.
has a name, you know.
He's an elf and a druid. Of course he knows what the deal with the tree is over there, because Inda didn't know. And we found out the tree's a living tree, a treant. And we flew over to the tree after Inda gave us the code password. And we went to the tree, and he's all, "Who are you guys? Why are you here? Fight me." And then,
Alright, he did ask you to do that.
yes, and Arg, being half wood chipper, critted and terrified that tree really poorly, and Arg feels bad about it. But he did ask for it. So, yes, the tree opened his roots. We went underneath the roots looking for the final code. Inside it, there was a dog. A special type of dog. A blink dog. A dog that only Saren could understand because she speaks with dog for some reason. Or speak with animal. Who spoke with anyway? There was a dog.
Telepathy.
Yes, telepathy. Yes, her innate telepathy, which is not tells telepathy. Yeah. Now I'm confused. Okay. Saren talked with the dog. Dog's like, "Yeah, I'm a dog." And the tree also told us not to tell the dog that the druid's alive, or else the dog's gonna teleport and rip open the fabric of reality, like our party is wont to do. Don't do that. So we gaslit this dog and said, "Hey, we know a guy. Not a guy you know, but a guy you might like, and you should totally come with us." And then we spent an hour taking the dog back to the ship and reunited them. And we got a secret for that, so we do have +1 party secret. Because the dog knew the guy or something. Water. So, in the tree roots, we found the second doohickey. The second phrase. And we also found a lockbox, which we ripped open because we're little gremlins. And it held the prized possessions of that angel lady, Inda. And it was her diary, which we didn't read because we're good boys.
Yep.
And a potion of, I don't know what it was. Mind control. Yes, telepathy. Why is that coming up so often? Yes, a potion of telepathy, which we didn't use because we're good boys. And then we flew back to the ship with the dog, grabbed Inda, took her back to the final ship, informing her that we opened it up, and we went into the ship. And there was a heart. Bum 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 bum. We didn't teleport into the heart. So, our cozy 0 spell slot party went into this heart, hoping just to find the MacGuffin and be done with it. That did not happen. There was a slime hydra? I don't know what it was. It was a slime hydra and a cloaker. And we fought that thing. Everyone got on their flying devices, and Arg just looked up. Damn, I wish I could do that. Too bad that's only level 14. Tragedy.
Damn.
But yes, everyone was flying while Arg was squashing around in the heart cavity. Squish, squish, squish. Good, it's fantastic stuff. Inda gave Arg the mallet. That was good. And we smashed the creature in its belly button. I believe Alf was immediately swallowed by the creature.
Yeah.
And Tell came in to save Arg from imminent doom and teleported.
Yeah, I did
Why
that.
have we never gotten here before?
Yes. And that teleport, which in the moment was really cool, until it summoned the portal, and Tell used the ability someone else's problem and sent the spooky
Okay.
shadow bat thing somewhere else. We heard screaming for a split second, and then the portal winked away, and we're like, huh, that sure is someone else's problem. And we were able to 1v5 or 4 this creature down and kill it barely. Good job, everyone. Good job.
But wait, there's more.
Yes, Alf ripped the MacGuffin from the stomach acid of the fella. Good
Oh.
job, Alf. That was the plan all along to get swallowed, I'm pretty sure. Right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
She used her Alphanike sense and realized it's in his stomach. I'll go get it, gang. And she did it. So yes, we
That
got the device, and we screamed out, "We got the device! I think your ship is in danger!" And she just bounced out of there, no weapon at all, left us behind, and we're like, "But we can teleport you." Up, and she's gone. And then we had fun with portals, and started popping in around the corpse of this dead god using teleportation shenanigans and like 25 DC Arcana checks, which we barely made. And we got back, and there was a giant floppy creature attacking everyone after the innocent little halfling made a delicious meal, and she spilled it everywhere, and it was kind of really sad. And she's healing everyone. The little creature's flapping around and stabbing and killing, and we smashed that creature down to pieces. And I think that's where we left off, with everyone
But
panting.
wait, there's more.
There's more. That's all I remember.
That's just information. Yeah, we can discuss it again.
Right. Wonderful recap as always. We have stopped right there with this cloaker being finally defeated. A lot of people dying and being got up. That is also the moment Crew finally wakes up and finds himself sleeping in the bathtub. Instead, now Saren says, "Oh, I'm so tired," and then she goes to sleep in the bathtub while Crew is back up. You stand in the middle of the Lambert Zenith, finally returning to peace, and everybody is taking a breath, and Sirit is going around to heal everyone, which for some reason she couldn't do mid-combat, and you're still here. You have the second piece of the rod in hand. Alphanika, do you still have that rod?
She still has it. She's been holding it.
Alrighty.
Tell kind of looks around,
Crisis
and he kind of nods as Alphanike says that. He says, "I have no idea how this cloaker could have gotten here, of course. But I'm glad that we arrived just in time to take care of it."
Yes, Inda will be here in like
Indeed.
an hour, so.
Go.
Yes. Perhaps it would be prudent for all of us to wait for her and rest before we take our departure. Um, does anybody remember how to summon the portal to, or even be capable of contacting the Wizard 3 to get us out of here, or do we have to wait the full 24?
Oh, I remember one person was giving one sending.
Huh. Um,
Was it in Ben?
I can't. Oh.
Go ahead, guys.
I don't know if Ben had it. Oh, did we receive some kind of a sending stone to pair with that, or I think I came here pretty confident that I'd still have spell slots to cast sending. I think that was maybe my responsibility.
Over the table, I honestly don't remember.
Me neither. We'll just say that no, I do remember you were so adamant. All of you are like, we can cast sending, no need for any of this, and they're
Oh,
like,
boy.
all right, then we'll wait you for your sending then.
Whoops.
Um. Well, it seems that we'll have to rest up. I can no longer do with just 1 hour. We need proper rest. We'll have to wait an extra 8 hours. I mean, we were going to take this 8 hours anyway, so it's fine. All it will cost us is analysis of this rod.
Arg having keen mind, would he know the exact time we have left till we teleport?
I would say it's about after, because you spend a lot of time traveling back and forth between ships. I would say it's about 8 hours after you arrive. So all of you are getting quite tired. This has been a very long day. I mean, you did sleep most of the time during your travels, but given how exhausted on resources you all are, and also quite hurt, this has been a long day, about 8 hours.
I thought you were going to say it was 8 hours until the portal opened, and it would just be our luck to take a long rest and sleep through the portal.
Yeah. Well, it's 16 hours till the portal opens, unless you send them ascending.
Tell kind of yawns. I could probably use a nap. He kind of looks around at the crew as like, anywhere we could bunk down for a little bit.
They'll look over to this room and say, if you don't mind. I mean, the Slada used to sleep in there, but they didn't make too much of a mess. If you don't mind, you can, we'll gladly leave those rooms to you.
Tell nods, and he says, yeah, if anything should happen, just wake us up.
All right. So all of you, include crew, can you put yourself on the map, please?
Yes. I'm sorry, I literally just finished my homework.
Oh,
I was listening, but I couldn't.
give me a second. Tell. Yes, now you can open the door.
Aha!
Yes.
Tell's just
Like
running
as-
into the door over and over.
Like a natural scrapbooker, Arg will take out the Mordecaiman's Tome of Creatures and like take a little stamp of the creature's blood and like check off in the book.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. You guys can start to take a rest. There will be like an hour of buzz around the ship as everybody tries to, get rid of the corpses. Sirit will sigh and go upstairs to cook more meals. You guys kind of get some information that apparently the cook, this orc lady, she died and was brought back, so she is resting up, which means Sirit the halfling is the one doing all the cooking. She will at some point bring some food to you. After about an hour, Inda will come by. Come by. Thank you all. Have some brief small talk before leaving you to your rest. which means you can all finally spam that long rest button.
Ooh, I think this is our first long rest of this arc.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. So what was the command again for the long rest?
Exclamation point LR.
Oh, perfect.
Long rest.
Oh, all those slots back.
Look at that.
Sure.
They changed the formatting. That's cool.
How do we get downstairs?
Through this hole over here.
Yeah, Arb will go down there for his long rest.
You want to sleep in the break?
He needs to re-summon Ben, and that's loud.
Alrighty.
Cruel goes to bed. You know how some people have like body pillows? He is sleeping with his silver dragon shield.
Aw!
Ah,
I can understand very well.
Tell just does like because he has the cool pirate hat now. Like he doesn't even like he does the pirate thing. Like he doesn't even take his boots off. He like lays down, like kicks his boots up on the frame of the bed, and then like his heels, and then like pulls the tricorner hat down over his eyes, and then just like passes out.
That is. Why is that so charismatic? You're just sleeping. This is not normal. We have
Normal
the
for
brave
Tell.
paladin. Yeah, we have the brave paladin hugging his shield. We have the wrist pirate doing wrist pirate thing. Ark is downstairs, clank 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 clank, reforging bin. What is Alphanika doing?
I think during the long rest, Alphanike, after eating her food, she'll go up to the kitchen because right now Sirit is the one handling that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think she. Oh, I need to go with her. Hold on, where is she? Just Blomp. There you go. Oh, never mind. Blomp. No, I can't move. Okay, over here. Let's go over here.
Use the stairs.
Never mind. Okay.
Alphanika,
Just
use the stairs.
I forgot. I got hit in the brain so hard. I forgot how to climb stairs. Oh no. All right. And then she'll go over.
Mm-hmm.
And then she is going to look over at what Sirit's doing.
Sirit is Oh, you come in. Actually, you see Sirit is casting magic.
Okay. And as she's casting magic, she's Alfie is going to say, hi.
Oh,
We-
hello.
We got what we were looking for. Sorry about that mishap. We didn't lose anyone, did we?
No. No, we didn't lose anyone. It was close. Thank you for arriving in the time you did. Do you want a sandwich?
Yeah, that would be lovely. I could easily go for seconds. And as she like clutches her sandwich, she is going to say, "Hey, I'd like to thank you.
Thank me. What for?
For the longest time, in the many worlds I've traveled to, it's been infested with so many lies, so many deceptions. I guess you could say not many more mortals are honest, and you showed me that simply the truth will do most of the time, and you reminded me of that.
You see, you see this little halfling because
Yeah.
Alphanika is really small, if I remember. So this halfling is not much shorter than you. She looks up with her pretty little blue eyes and a little bit of tears well in it, and she says, "Of course, it is in my nature to inspire. I can see you are troubled. You know." And then she takes her hand and puts it like on your chest above your heart and say, "You just have to have faith. And faith in yourself and faith in what is good. And then everything will get easier if you trust yourself.
With the things that have happened recently, even before challenging Vecna like this, faith has been hard to come by. Thank you. Really,
You're welcome.
this is so refreshing. I know this is so hard for everybody, for
Aww.
you being in the ship, but I'm sorry. It's just
She
you.
comes by and
Thank
hugs you.
Ah,
She
then she'll hug
she
back, and then she'll hold you.
yeah, and then she says,
Mhm.
"You'll find that after a good night's sleep, things get easier, and if you need to talk, I'm still around tomorrow."
All right, that'll be nice. Yeah, thank you. We probably would have been completely and absolutely swindled by the Sladai without you. Um, you didn't just help me; you helped the entire party, and
She
really, just
chuckles and
thank you.
says, "I'm sure you would have figured it out eventually. I just helped you make things a bit quicker.
I'm sure.
Now, off to bed with you. You look terrible."
All
And then
right.
she'll
Yeah.
basically pester over you and like mom and fuss over and take you to bed and then also tuck you
Yeah.
in and gives you like a good night kiss on your temple, which is very mom like, and she says, "Good night, Alfenike. I'll wake
Yeah.
you in the morning," and tuck you into bed.
All right. Yeah. And then she'll get comfortable, and being able to say thanks really just cleared up her heart and cleared her soul, and she'll take that long
Mm-hmm.
rest.
Alrighty. um Ark, you can resummon Bin.
Yes, from down below, clank, 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 rivet, 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 fire, brimstone, all sorts of things. Trying his best to not make that much noise, but it is a bucket of bolts.
I would say, given how exhausted everybody was, except maybe for Cruel, um, um, they do sleep, and also, I mean, this is Astro Sea. This is a ship. Nobody really. There's never a moment where this ship is silent because people are always. Someone is always awake. And after your long rest, does this bin look exactly like it used to?
Yes, I did not have time to update the token, sadly.
All right, then you can resummon Bin, who luckily does not have a personality to be angry at you. But maybe if you really think hard, she could. It could maybe be angry with you. However, you have your friend back, the Nightmare of Crew. After 8 hours, you are being awoken by a natural rest and the rest of the ship trying to build some sort of a device so they can um, travel. So after 8 hours, this ship gets really, really loud. You start to hear the boisterous voice of Inda giving commands. There is a new life in this ship. Figaro, the quote unquote crazy man, seems to do a little bit better as Sirit um, tries to do some therapy with him and cast greater restoration. Um, as you wake up, is there anything else you would like to do? This ship, everybody is busy trying to make a spelljammer raft.
Yes. Arg needs 6 hours to sleep because he robot. So imagine for 2 hours he's up and helping around at literally
Mm-hmm.
everything they Inda tells him to do.
Sure. Inda will be actually very happy that you want to help, and she will command people to take different parts, and she does say that because the astral see around this area has been cleared by you scaring off all the creatures, they have a plan to take whatever they need from this part, fly to the next part all together. Solve it what you can, fly to the last part, get the Spellgemmer helm, which was in the room right in front of the heart, and then start somehow make their way through the Astral Sea. It's gonna be a long journey, but they have no other choice. It will take them, they guess, about a week to complete all of this. And as you wake up, Inda will say, "So, I hear you're about to depart soon." Hello, Ark?
Yeah, Arg's like fascinated with a bolt or something on the floor. Oh, yes. Well, it's not my decision. That'd be the captain's.
All right, I'll speak with the captain. She turns to tell because you wear the hat. You are about to depart soon.
Yes, that is our plan. We are on a rather time-sensitive mission, after all. I think it best if we hurry on our way. But was there anything else you needed?
Help, maybe, in the future. For now, we're just glad that all of us are together. If there's anything you don't need, we would be appreciative of it. Otherwise, I wish you a good journey, and I know you're on a very important quest yourself. I am available if you need my guidance. If not, I will meet you when you need to depart. You remember of my contact that I told you about?
Over the table, I think so.
It's someone in Sigil. I have the name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, his name
that's it.
is
Anon?
Omid.
Oh man,
yeah,
I
Anon.
do. Omid. I went back to check the name. And his name is Omid. His name is Omid Anan.
Okay.
He has a last name now.
tell
Yes.
yeah, tell
Yes,
says
Sir Anon.
Yeah, tell.
I do yes, you told us of Omid, I remember that. You mentioned guidance. What guidance would you offer us?
Of the celestial kind, of course.
Still kind of like makes a rolling motion with his hand, like elaborate.
She says, "Is my nature not clear to you?"
Del kind of like raises an eyebrow at the wings, and he says, I suppose it is.
As she turns over to some of you and say, "You don't lack divine power in your own group, but I feel that some of you may lack purpose or vision. I understand that you are all headstrong creatures, some more than others. If you need me, I shall be on deck. Otherwise, have faith. And when the day comes, you face your adversary. If Lambert Zenith can help, we will."
Del gives a little bow, captain to captain.
Yes, captain to captain.
And then he gestures for the crew to head up topside.
Alrighty. Just for the sake of brevity, there's not much happening in the next 8 hours. They are all just trying to survive in the Astral Sea because their resources are dwindling, their locations are known. They do know that the Sladai have survived and escaped. So Inda now being back will basically run a tight ship, literally. Is there anything anyone wants to do before within this 8 hours?
Arg has the decanter of endless water, so he'll like go around, fill up their stocks of water, because I assume that's important. for
Oh, very
people.
much so.
Yes, so he's like, tossing out what I probably like just a pile of dead god blood, refilling it. Yeah.
Very nice.
Don't drink that. Oh.
Were there any unexplored rooms in the building, in the ship?
I do not believe so. I do believe you guys explored every room.
Oh man, because Tell was going to ignore it.
Can't
I
ignore
do-
if you're not
Damn.
aware.
This is true.
just so Ark doesn't cry again. So you have explored all the rooms. Is there anything crew would like to do before we depart?
He's just gonna volunteer in the mess to help out because he is proficient in cook's utensils.
Ooh, very
And
nice. Then
He does actually have some.
wonderful. Then this little halfling, Siret, will kindly but very adamantly basically drive you through their entire stock, and you see she is continuously casting purified food and drink on everything that can be eaten, and then make you cook them so they can pack them into neat little road bread, um, and um, and basically wait, you are a cook. You say you also know coffee, right? You are a barista.
Yeah, yeah.
Arg
And
is part Keurig.
Yes, very curious.
My goodness.
and also because of I know you have this thing, so Sirit is also like occasionally, and then she suddenly remembers she should be casting a spell, and then you are cooking and she looks up at you again. And until that 8 hour passes somewhere in the distance, you do know that the portal opens about an hour away from the ship. From this dead god. About time it to depart, you see the crew of the Lambent Zenith now all gathered around the druid with his dog, and they're talking about how to uproot the tree so they can take the tree with them. Who is alone on the other part of the ship. As they wave you goodbye, and you can now drift back towards the portal, and exactly on time, 24 hours after you have entered the Astral Sea, you see that beautiful portal by Alustriel open up middle of nowhere, and this 24-hour astral adventure comes to an end as you all can go through.
Would
I,
Arg
I,
be
for,
able?
I
Uh,
forgot about the tree. Can I cast plant growth
no, the
to
tree
make
is the tree's on an entire different part of the ship that
Oh, I was
that
gonna cast plant growth to make the roots overgrow so they could lift it.
The tree is on the starboard segment, which is about a couple hours away from here.
Oh, okay.
And the tree has grown into the ship, so they have to basically chip all the roots out of the wood of the ship, so they can take that tree. But they have plans to do that. It's just not now. Ark, yes. What would you like to do?
He would like to return the mace to Inda.
Oh yes. Thank you. You're not getting a Devas mace.
But it's so cool. Yeah, he hands back the mace. Blah, blah, blah.
Inda takes the mace and says to you, "If you have faith, anyone can be like me." She winks. Goodbye, Ark. I think your portal is opening.
Yes, you said we'd meet again and
If fate wills it so.
yes. Definitely fix the wing if you have issues.
And Arg will run away.
Goodbye. As all of you now, I mean, Saren technically comes with you, except when you arrive, all of you. Oh, by the way, where's your mount, Cruel? Oh, you sent him away, right?
Yeah.
When you arrived,
it also wouldn't be very useful inside of a ship.
absolutely. When you arrived, you were on this tight, large bathtub. Right now, you are kind of all holding onto this bathtub as not to drift everywhere when the portal opens. And with that, you may return to Sigil. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sigil. Before
Yeah.
before JD screams at me again.
Oh, I was only gonna quote Brandon Lee Mulligan.
Should Alphanica burn at least a third level spell slot for the sending spell?
No.
No, if you're waiting for the 24 hours,
No,
then
okay.
no need.
Never mind.
You arrive again here. You see Illustrio standing there with her unicorn staff and holding open this portal. And given that you have had your long rest, I mean, the signs of battle is to be seen on all of you. However, none of you look dead or particularly hurt. She gives out a sigh of relief and say, "Welcome back to Sigil.
It's good to be back.
Was the mission successful?"
It was
Very.
indeed.
And then she
Oh,
pulls out
good.
the second rod.
Where is the second rod piece? I think I gave you the wrong rod piece for the first time. This is the correct rod piece. She says, "It's strange that we should suffer so much for so small a thing."
And such a small a thing can cast Arcane Gate.
Wow. So you have attuned to it.
I believe so. I called out to it when I was stuck in the belly of an aberrant. Maybe. I'm not so sure.
Let's find out, shall we? She nods at all of you. You seem well rested. Are you up for it?
Well, in terms of physical, yeah, we took our rest in the ship, in the heart of Havoc's dead corpse. But I don't know about whether or not my party is able to go right now.
I think we could handle it.
Wonderful. Come. Imagine Saren is like drifting over there and sleeping. She says, she goes over here and gets Tasha and Mordenkainen and oh, why is she going? She just cast message. As you see, Tasha and Mordenkainen both come back, and Tasha is like, well done, well done. While Mordenkainen, very casually as always, leans against this pillar and observes this entire scene. Tell, because he's quite rather close to you, you definitely notice that he's not just casually looking at this rule. He is very clearly clocking each and every one, noting every small change. His eyes go slowly from person to person, and as his eyes land upon your sword, there is the slightest little twitch like around his eyebrows, and then his expression returns to neutral. While Tasha and Illustrio are more focused on this rod piece, and Tasha says, "Well, no time like the present." She just holds her hands out to you, Alphanike, and takes it.
She will. And as she takes it, I think Alphanike will also mention, before we do go straight into it, we received information about a certain Adelar within Sigil, and then she will sort of look to Tell and Cruel and Arg.
A what?
Yes, there was a contact, potential ally named Omid Anon.
Illustrio chuckles. Yes, we've heard about him. He frequents a tavern in the wards.
Tell
And,
tell Smiles, I do love a good tavern.
what is this? What is this contact about?
He knows the secrets to the whereabouts of the Book of Vile Darkness.
The Book of Fire Darkness. You have a lead on the Book of Fire Darkness.
Yes.
Apparently we
this-
do.
Indeed.
Yes, this Omid Anan is a Deva, yes, I think.
Ava, alright.
Well, Tasha says, no, you should keep your distance from that book. Don't. That will bring you nothing but pain. Alustra says, I tend to agree with Tasha. And from somewhere behind you, Mordenkainen says, it's just knowledge. There's no reason to fear knowledge.
And Tell kind of nods to Morden, kind of over his shoulder at Mordenkainen, but looking at Tasha and Illustriel, and says, and wouldn't any knowledge that could potentially help us defeat Vecna be worth seeking out?
Alustra says, only to destroy it, I suppose. Even as a wizard, there are some knowledge in this world that should not exist at all. Tasha says, or, we can lock it away so no one else uses it. There is a little bit of discourse between the three wizards. However, at some point, Mordenkainen do say, ladies, if we are to defeat Vecna, we must understand him. And how better to do so but to read the very words that he wrote. He turns over to the party and says, if you deem it a good idea, I will support you in obtaining this artifact. If only to keep it out of hands that can harm all of us. When do you think you want to go on this mission?
The sooner the better, I suppose.
Captain?
Well, he looks at all of you. You seem well rested. It will take me, us three, some time to discern the exact nature of this shard piece and use it to divine where the next might be. You might as well take a stroll in the wards. Although, as I understand from Lady Illustriel, that none of you shall linger prolong or reveal the location of this sanctum. Is that clear?
Does the Lady of Pain not know that you are here?
Illustriel smirks. Then I wouldn't be here, would I?
No, I suppose not.
I didn't know that you have such knowledge of Sigil.
I knew a guy, you see, and it
course.
was kind of serious.
Oh! Well then. Though I do not support any of you reading that book without supervision. Tasha nods and says, too much harm has come from gaining the knowledge inside. I should know. Is that clear? No peeking inside the book without any of us.
Fair enough.
Alright, then.
This is fair.
I guess you are no longer grounded and you may leave the sanctum to seek out your Deva friend.
Wait, when were we grounded?
When I say so.
Since they spent a 9th level spell slot to get us here, I suppose.
3 9th level.
Yes.
Well,
All right.
It's not like you had any use for it. You can't cast Wish anymore.
Who says I can't cast Wish anymore?
You did.
I did not.
No, not Tasha. He's speaking to
Speaking to Illustra looks at you and say, really? Poking in my wound? And then she turns away. Well, I think we should start the ritual while our heroes go meet with an angel. Says, Mel will show you out.
As as Mel starts kind of ushering everyone out and everyone's kind of dispersing, Tell kind of steps to the side and says, Mordenkainen, word, if you wouldn't mind.
He nods and follows wordlessly.
um, Tell takes out his rapier, like with the sheath, doesn't like pull the blade out or anything. And he says, I saw you noticed the change in this.
I did.
And I know that you gave me some words of caution before. Do you...
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. He's just looking at you with a spark in his eyes, but he doesn't say anything yet.
Tell holds out the rapier, like hilt first, and says, what do you know of this?
May I?
Tell nods.
You see, he takes a look at your rapier, and you can clearly feel him channeling the weave or some sort of arcane knowledge as he gently, with his finger, just crosses over the part where your pendant has attached itself to, and he says, "My mind is not on this at this moment. I shall think upon it, but I do have a suspicion that whatever you seek, the knowledge, can be found if you dedicate yourself to it. Would you like me to do some research for you?"
Tell hesitates for a moment, but then nods and says, given the circumstances, I think it best we know everything that we can.
Alright. I have a suspicion where I might begin. As for the journey to seek the knowledge, I suspect it might be a long one. Perhaps we should speak more on a more quiet occasion. And you can tell me more about the origin of this blade that you carry.
Tell nods. He says, I think that... He takes like a deep, like sighing breath. I think that may be wise. And then
He nods, and very matter-of-factly leaves you to it without whatever sentimentality, more sentimentality. He says, "If you excuse me."
Tell nods, and as he turns to go, Tell dismisses the rapier. As a hex blade, he can like shunt it into a
Yeah.
different place. So he does that. So the rapier is now, for all intents and purposes, gone. And then he
Wonderful.
goes and catches up with the party.
Alrighty. Mel says, "Well, come on.
Oh.
Out to
Oh,
out to the wards. Are you?"
would Ark be able to do something?
Sure. I mean, this is like we are standing in the foyer. Everybody's putting their coat on, and Mel is like, "Come on, guys! Come on, guys! Why these three are just casually standing around discussing how to do things? Nothing has started yet. If you want to buck someone, go ahead."
Yeah, Ark's like hesitating for a moment, and then he'll like look at the Wizards 3.
Do any of you know how to read encoded thoughts?
The three look at each other. You mean the cantrip?
Yes.
Of course. Why would you need that?
During the trip, I saw something, and I'd like you to take a look.
Are you sure you want me to take a peek in your head?
Currently, there is about 27 days of me staring at a brick wall, so I'm not particularly... You can look inside.
Let's see. Yes, and Arg is gonna like take out, gonna like have like a little finger point up, and a very, very thin mechanical screwdriver type thing will stick out the end, and he's gonna just like stab himself in the head and shudder a little bit as he casts. He uses, I guess, the all-purpose tool to recreate the spell Encode Thoughts. Ah,
All right, pull
and
it up,
that
please.
yes, this is a fun spell.
All right. All right. So basically, you give it to them, and they can just see your thoughts, right?
Correct.
All
But
right.
only if they have the cantrip. If you don't have the cantrip, you can't read the thoughts.
What
It's
do you
just
think if they have the cantrip or not?
I don't think it matters if they have the cantrip or not. I'm pretty sure they can just like sniff it and they know or something.
Yeah. So Tasha says, "Hmm. You know, people usually try to guard their thoughts from me. This is exciting." She takes it and you see she pops it into her mouth and basically starts chewing it as if a candy. Meanwhile, Alustra goes like, "Ooh," and she says, "Ooh, interesting. Which part of it would you like me to focus on?"
In Tasha's mind, she is standing upon a really, really high cliff, and she oversees a landscape of burning war machines and fire. And then she hears a faint voice in the back of her mind that says, "So, this is how it comes to an end. Unable to look away from the destruction in front of her on top of this hill." And then the thought ends.
She says, "It's pretty obvious what this is. This is Eberron." You know, the land of the machines. Are you happen to be from Eberron?
I'm imagining that is probably likely the case.
She spit out this thing that you gave her and put it back into your hand. And he says, personal favored by Tasha. She says, "If I'm not wrong, this, what you're looking at, is the cataclysm that destroyed the world. Does any of
Oh.
you know what this is?" And she's clearly enjoying this teacher, I know something you don't vibe.
I would like to make a history check.
Yes, please.
Ask the question, Alpha Nika will roll that check too.
All right.
Oh my god.
As she
Goodness.
says, "You happen to be Eberron. It's the cataclysm that destroyed the world. It's almost as if something has been triggered within you, Ark." Meanwhile, Alphanika, you draws a blank. Ark,
Yeah, it's just,
you...
she looks and then leaves.
Ark,
Yes. It's as if Art goes into a trance and is viewing like a history novel as she explains what's going on.
yeah, it's rapid pictures. You see a continent, prosperous, high tech, where machinery and magic and the mundane has merged together to form this extremely advanced mecha arcane society. And you start to see fires like blowing out from all over the place, as if in a time, this time loop where you have a city falling into decay in a rapid time, and you can see wars, enormous, huge war machine obliterating entire cities, and mages casting spells that should not be possible, or throwing them at each other. What you're looking at is an apocalyptic war, and then you blink, and you can see this entire landscape has been changed and utterly devastated. Ruins everywhere, and only the bare bones of buildings still standing. And then you can see the land being warped by magic. Everything became dark, clouds rising into the sky so high that they block out every sunlight. and you hear faintly Tasha's voice still speaking to you. So for everybody else, you guys can see Ark almost short-circuiting for a moment. And then Tasha says, well, it's the day of mourning, of course. The cataclysm that destroyed the world. I didn't know that you were part of it. How interesting. It is
Ark
a
having war flashbacks right now. Oh god.
Absolutely. It is a event happening in Eberron, a cataclysmic event known only as the Day of Mourning.
You three weren't involved in that, were you?
Why should we be involved in that? It is their own doing. Anything else?
No, thank you.
And he'll like look at the Inco dots all smashed up and like kind of a little wet. He's like shrugs and eats it and then walks away.
Nice.
Are you okay, Ark? You're glitching.
Oh, I assure you my programming's perfectly adequate. I just might be a war machine, but that's nothing we didn't already know.
Oh. All right. Oh. By the way, all these conversations that are happening around her, Alfrediki has just kind of stood there like a patient little lady, like a patient schoolgirl waiting in line, just waiting for the line to form at the front. With her passive perception of 23, would she have like caught any of these conversations, Tell's conversation, majority of Ark's conversation, or something like that?
Ark's conversation is not all too hidden, so you can definitely catch parts of it. Tasha was also not being very quiet. As for Mordenkainen, unless you try to actively eavesdrop, you would definitely clock that they talked in semi-privacy. But if you want to eavesdrop on that, you can roll perception. If you want to do that or not.
Nah, she's not gonna push that. She'll just leave it be. She knows they
Then
talk.
you definitely would see that they spoke in, semi-privately. Is there anything crew would like to do before we head out? JD?
They are muted.
I see.
Yeah, they
Alrighty.
muted.
That's no problem. As you all
there you go.
have.
Oh, sorry, my headset was
Yeah. Is there anything
the
crew
fritz.
would wants to do before we head out?
He's gonna you know what? He's gonna hit up he's gonna wait till Tell's done, and he's gonna sidle up to Mordenkai and say, hello there.
Yes.
there.
Do you have anything for me that might concern a paladin of nature's highest order?
No.
Okay, what about... And then and he fumbles. He's like, okay,
If you want to hide your thoughts from him, make a deception check.
ooh.
He says, "Speak plainly, crew."
Well, you're a veritable bachelor, and I'm not married, so I figure,
You wish
peanut
to bet
butter
me?
and jelly.
He looks at you dead in the eye. So you wish to bet me?
What you're putting it a little reductively, but yes.
He looks you up and down and says, "Yes, I think that will do. You may come to my chambers tonight."
Wonderful. I will be there at, and he looks out the window, evening time.
Talk about
That
transactional.
you walk
Wow,
away.
wow.
You can see Tasha and Illustria both like basically eating popper, just looking at the two of you. Go like, hmm. And somewhere it's like, should we be offended? They're like, no, no, no. And they look at Mordecai and say, do you want to maybe perfume your hair? Or should we start this ritual now? And he's like, let's concentrate.
Perfume your hair. Yeah, no hair. Oh god.
Yes,
With
crew,
a passive
you've got
perception 23, she will not hear that.
yeah, you heard every word. Everybody heard every word because honestly, guys,
Every word.
you are like 30 feet away from him. 20
Couple of
feet.
feet away.
As
Yeah,
as Cruel walks back, Tell just like holds out a fist for a fist bump.
Yeah, cruel fist bumps Tell.
Well done, sir.
Wonderful.
And then Alphanica is going to like make her voice a little muddled, and she's gonna say, "You are a bold one."
Why do you sound
the
like
same
an
one.
old village hag I met once?
Old one.
No.
Who are you referring to? Very nice. Now, I did not see that coming, crew. Well done.
I gave you hints that I was gonna be doing this soon.
No, I did not realize. I was like, what is going on? Anyway, wonderful. You guys, as you come back, Melania has the got you smile and say, yeah, I think we should all go for a drink now. As,
We'll toast to that.
A celebratory
she-
toast.
No one can ever claim that they didn't manage to bed one of the Wizard 3.
she looks like, as long as none of you so much as winks suggestively at my girl, you can you have my full support.
Tell winks suggestively at Mel when she says that.
And she like, you see, she quickly looks behind you to see if Lustra is watching, and she's like, stop that, and then walks leads you through a couple staircase. You realize that there is actually no door to this place. She
Just
does
open,
not have a door.
as in like, oh, there's no
Yeah,
door in or out. Or
There's no door in and out. She says, what goes through portals? The next part is gonna be a little bit theater of the mind.
Oh, so you prepped for 4 hours and didn't have us going to the tavern?
We do, but all right, fine. I'll put us on the map now. Who cares? Oh god, my heart. Oh. So you come out of the sanctum of Illustrio, and Melania says it's not very it's not decidedly where that sanctum is, so be careful. You may put yourself over down here. They just come out of like a alleyway that is clean and well maintained, and she opens like a door, and then it leads onto the main street. For those who do not know Sigil is this circular city. They're separated into different wards, and she leads you from a nicer looking wards into a not quite dilapidated, but definitely a less prim and proper area known as the Hive Ward.
God. We all like file out of a very inconspicuous phone booth.
Yes. You start to see. So, I don't believe any of you have been to Sigil before. Have you? Has anybody been to Sigil before?
Yeah.
Like,
Alphanicus
I imagine my character would know what Sigil is, at the very least. Not been there though.
yes,
Yeah, I think
everybody knows what Sigil is.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tell knows of it, but it has not been.
Has Crew been to Sigil?
No, but he's heard of it.
Yeah, everybody's heard of
Yeah.
Sigil.
Above the average, he's been given warnings about the Lady of Pain.
Yes. One of the biggest thing is like, don't mess with the Lady of Pain, and Melania is also going to instruct all of you to be, don't make trouble, and we shall be fine. We just go to the tavern, in and out. You see, Sigo is this very organic kind of way, but also orderly, and it goes from place to place until after a while she leads you to this well lived in, a little bit chaotic, and very, very vibrant area of Sigo known as the Hive Ward. And she leads you straight to a tavern, which is known as the Smoldering Corpse Bar.
Oh.
Smoldering corpse.
This is Tell's kind of place.
Yes.
Now, is it smoldering or smoldering?
This one.
Smoldering bar. Corpse.
Smoldering
English
Corpse
way.
Bar.
Okay, not the smolder.
It's according to the wiki, it's not the English way, it's this smoldering. But
Okay.
I do believe they mean the same.
Yeah, they're homonyms.
Yeah. So as she leads you to this bar, and she's like, "I have a couple errands to run, so I'll pick you up soon. And if not, just wait here for me."
Thanks,
I-
Mom.
She rolls her eyes and goes away. You see, this is the tavern, the Smoldering Corpse Bar, and as you approach, there's music being played. I think JD knows Outgame what the Smoldering Corpse Bar is.
Yeah.
You may
I don't,
roll
I
as you
don't
wish.
and Tell doesn't, but it sounds like Tell's kind of place. I think Tell is just gonna kind of like look over his shoulder, like this should be fun, and then he's gonna head in.
Mm-hmm.
Arg's gonna mount up Benjamin.
Sure.
Ah,
The
Where
door is
is
over
the door? Oh, I see it.
Oh, in the middle. As you come
Alright.
inside, you see this place, which is. Let me do this. So I have a picture. Give me a second.
Sheesh. Pulling all of these creatures would be hell.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yes! Oh my god, we know that guy.
We
That's
know
the guy
it,
from the
yes.
train that we taught.
Yes. Ark, can you not make it inside? There you go. You guys come inside. You see this bar is a cesspool of all kind of creature. It is called the Smoldering Corpse Bar because hovering over the center place, like on the picture, is a smoldering body. And you see Slat-Eye around. You see all the tentacle squid things all sitting around, playing games, having a drink, and somewhere in the corner is an angel. Very clearly an angel with his wings, fiery wings behind him, and he has like a standing paper kind of thing in front of him, a couple sheets around as people go by, keeps
Ugh.
ordering drinks.
It's so good.
Yeah, Arg like scans the entire tavern, lets out a sigh, shoves a hand to Benjamin, and pulls out the book.
Tell just has like this like shit-eating grin on his face. He is like at home in a place like this.
Absolutely. You see a tabaxi person is currently at the bar and pouring drinks for an ice zombie and a woad.
Tell like sidles up to the bar and 1, 2, 3. I guess there's only because Saren's not here.
Cruel is a divine caster, and he has some training in that regard. Would it be reasonable to assume that he knows what this spoiler-free creature would be?
Make a religion or arcana check.
And Arg do so with advantage as he's flipping through the book.
It's not in that book.
No!
With a 10, you definitely recognize it as a celestial. As a celestial being. But the name itself might elude you right now.
Okay.
And Alpha, you
Uh,
can notice that Cruel is looking at this entity because she has had deep dealings with one of these specifically before in the Isles of Brilliance.
Ah, that's true, then you would know. It's a quartal.
And then she'll notice our Cruel sort of looking at him. Did you too, um, speak to the Quetzalcoatl in the Isles of Brilliance, or are you thinking of something else?
I don't believe I've ever been to these Isles of Brilliance.
Ah, that's fine. I had deep dealings with one of their kind before.
I believe Art was with
That
you
old
on that mission.
memories. Were you? You were just everywhere, weren't you?
That was when he was a little meatball.
Meanwhile,
Oh yeah, you.
Tail is ordering drinks for everybody.
Yeah, Tell just goes and orders 4 ales.
Easily. I do think you have money, so she's gonna charge you like half a gold for each. Very expensive.
As
Yeah,
as she says that, Tell like cocks an eyebrow. It's like, yeah, that's you get away with robbery, I think.
Have to try. It's 2 silver each.
He says, you sure they're not a silver each?
I'm sure, pretty boy.
Tell puts 5 silvers down on the counter and then walks off with his 4 ales.
She he's gonna be back. You just straight walk up to this angel.
Oh, over here. Back to the group.
Yeah. Yes, you three are discussing about Quartal, and those of you who want can also make a religion or arcana check.
Art desperately flipping through the book, realizing like half the creatures here aren't in it.
Yeah, like a tourist opening like their guide to the city in the middle of a busy tavern.
Yes.
It literally is a tourist guidebook. Oh my god.
It is. Tail, you're like, I just came by with drink. What are we thinking about? Meanwhile, Ark is recognizing some features. So Quartals are celestial beings. They have a feature. It's their most predominant feature is they can shape themselves as a shape. Change shape. They can turn into a humanoid. They are known for their healing and support spells, such as detect good and evil, create food and drink, purified food and drink, lesser and greater restoration. Quartals are very, very rarely aggressive in any way, and their entire thing is about supporting people.
Art
does it-
thinking
that-
back to a very specific cutie patootie.
Mhm. Now you know what she is.
Tell will hand out the ales to the party. Say, shall we go find our informant friend?
Guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got 5 ales?
Sure thing.
I got 4 and left a tip.
Alright, Alphanika dressed up like Lady of Pain. I like it.
The main reason I did 5 silver is because I have 5 silver in my inventory.
Tail just wants to get rid of it. You do see that your approach has been, of course, noticed by many people in the bar, and a lot of people are looking at you, especially at the Lady of Pink cosplay over there.
That's
And-
fair. I didn't know that.
Definitely lots of eye rolls with mutterings of the word tourists under the breath.
Absolutely. And somewhere in the corner is the Gyno Sphinx half snoozing with a lot of bottles around, and you can see this very stern looking Deva over here, and he is like scanning the crowd. His eyes land on all of you, and he gives you all a nod.
Tell will head that way.
You are new here. I've never seen you before.
Tell nods. He says, yes, we're recent arrivals in town, but I believe we have a mutual acquaintance.
Oh. So you're not here to play this game.
What is this game?
Does Tell recognize the game?
Tell, do you have proficiency in any gaming set?
I do. In fact, playing card set.
Well, it's not so far away. You've heard about this game. It's a multiversal game. Hasn't really taken off in your world, but some other world they swear by it. And the paper sheets on the table and the dice is a dead giveaway. It's a game where you pretend to be someone else and go on fantasy adventures.
Oh my god, it's Angels and Atriums.
No, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. What are you talking about?
Where's the
Dungeons and
dungeon?
Oh.
Where's the
I thought it
nearest
was-
dungeon? Where's the nearest dragon?
I thought it was castles and
stupid name.
carnosaurs.
You must be thinking of other editions of this. I only aware of this one game. I am
This
waiting
is-
for my party, so make your business short.
I prefer Trailblazers, personally.
You, leave my table now!
Alright.
Oh no. Girl, come back.
Tell says, well, we were after a bit of information. We were hoping perhaps you could help us out. What could we do for you that would perhaps help our little transaction along?
He is now highly unhappy, and he says, "My party is already late. You have 5 minutes. If my party is not here, you may sit down and play. What is it that you want to know?"
Well, our acquaintance said that you may have knowledge about the whereabouts of a particular tome.
Tome. You have to be more specific.
The book full of Tell kind of like leans, puts his palm on the table and kind of like leans over towards him a bit. He says full of file knowledge.
He looks you up and down. Now I am intrigued. He folds the thing away and says, "I am Omid.
Tell
I
like
sus-
sits down in the chair, slides his ale across the table to Omid and says, Omid, I'm Tell.
He says, "Don't touch that. That's for my player."
I'm
To Alfred, he
sorry.
gets- And he says,
It's just
Oh.
really impressive ink work.
"This way." He says, "I have always guessed that someday someone will come for that knowledge. Why do you wish to know about it? It is no good thing."
Tell nods. He says, we don't seek it for ourselves, but rather... And he kind of looks over his shoulder a bit to see if anyone is like obviously listening in on our conversation.
Make a perception check.
Alphanika would like to help with that too.
You can also make one.
Arg is scanning the character sheets and wondering why they're all dwarfs.
28 and a 33.
28 and 33. You can see that some of them were curious looking at you, but now that you have already taken place around this table, they just shrug, chucking you down to Omid's weird friends.
Yep, we're the weird nerds here to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, in the middle of a tavern. And you guys are like the cosplayer who show up in the local game store already in costume to play. And people are just like, that's the most of the vibe in this room. So maybe if you speak,
We
in the
already have
low-
one cosplayer.
Yeah, we do. The guide of spinwings might be able to hear you if you're anyway loud, but otherwise they don't really pay strict attention to you all.
Yeah, Tell kind of turns back, just after double checking, and says, it's not something we seek for ourselves, but rather knowledge that we seek to use to defeat a powerful foe.
Go on.
It's a foe that threatens, well, the existence of everything.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
He says, I will put your heart to test. He takes his DM screen and say, take one sheet.
What characters are available?
You can't zoom in and read it.
Oh
Is
my
that-
god.
Oh, they
Is that
are.
a warlock dwarf with 13 charisma? Oh my god! Who are these?
I see 3 barbarian dwarves.
Oh no! Then I
There's
put on
one warlock.
no, I put in the wrong one. So it should be this one.
The warlock dwarf or
then-
barbarian dwarf?
No, did I? Oh, I think did I upload the wrong one? Oh, it should be not
There's one
just
more.
barbarian dwarves. Oh my
Warlock,
god.
barbarian.
Oh my god, this is beautiful.
That's
This
why
guy-
I spent so long prepping.
God, this poor Deva, he's just like, I told them it would be a library adventure, and they all chose freaking barbarians?
No,
Yeah, we did do that.
That's
They
us
no,
did
no,
here.
no.
RP and puzzles, and they
is
picked barbarians.
playing
Oh, I
D&D
totally did not
D&D
play
right
that
now.
game before, Fudge.
Oh.
Me,
Huh.
let's do a library puzzle. Everybody shows up with a barbarian. Like, but that was my second D&D game ever.
Good job.
Uh.
Good job.
There's this one. Oops.
There you go. Elf. Oh.
Oh,
Or
and then
bard.
this.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is beautiful. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this one. It's
Yeah,
super-
these are incredible.
it's
I love this script. Yeah, this is amazing.
This is incredible.
This is like the
Incredible use of
second
flow.
time I've played D&D with this specific Deva.
Yep. I mean, you were the one who showed him D&D, so if anything, it's all on you.
That
I
was a
remember
good-
that aspect. We did show him D&D.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
here now. He's hooked. Oh my god. So that's where the train was going. This tavern.
Oh,
Here,
Uh-oh.
pick one. Now we have 4 character sheets because if you remember, I asked you to roll a couple dice.
I will take it.
Oh.
Oh.
This is it.
Tell will reach over and take the bard elf.
Of course. So Ark chose the gnome rogue.
It's like
Uh,
written in perfect gnomish on the sheet, and he's like, he's just playing himself. Why is he doing a self-insert?
Rule will pick up the warlock one, and he goes, I've always wanted to be an evildoer.
Huh?
He sits next to Tell.
Ben looks around sad.
Yep. He passes a couple dice along. He does have a lot of them. They're of course all like white and gold, very celestial looking. And he says, "All right. You know who
Alright,
you
time for a
are."
screenshot.
Yes, this is not meta at all.
This is so great.
Not meta.
And because we are not going to play a game in a game in a game, what? I do not have a insert. He's himself gonna say, here. He starts like a narration, which is very, very basic. You are all level 1 adventurers. You arrive in a village, and there is a human paladin asking for help. And he described the human paladin looking basically exactly like himself, just without wings.
Are you looking at the sheet? Can I steal from him?
Do you want to?
It says I can steal really well for some reason. Yes.
What do you wish to do once you have stolen from this paladin?
I wish to accuse him of adultery.
Huh?
You see, he is looking more unhappy by the minute. And he says, "Of course you can." Looks
Can I
at
look-
him tail.
Can I
That says
retcon
so.
that? I'd like to make a stealth check instead.
Yes.
While he's doing a stealth check, I think I'm gonna axe the paladin because it's really good axe for some reason.
The worst. Our players are awful D&D group failures.
he looks very unhappy and he says, "Yes, you can." So, you want to steal from the paladin. You want to accuse him of falsehood. What do you want to do again?
I think I'm gonna kill him.
Oh my god.
He bites.
Oh my
Like he
god.
bites on his lip. He looks at Tell. What about you?
I think you could seduce him with those stats.
Tells like, it says here I have proficiency with instruments. I think I would like to play him a song.
I kind
Perhaps,
gesture.
perhaps, if he needs help, I can offer him a tune of support.
Tell, you can make a persuasion check with advantage, or the others make one with disadvantage.
Now, do I use the
Oh, no.
modifier on the sheet or my own?
No. It's you use arc because
Whoa!
Excuse me,
Whoa.
sir. May I steal from you?
he looks at all of you and say, "You see, he is the evil DL who looks at all of you clearly unhappy and he writes something down."
Del
Which
raises
means
an eyebrow. Del raises an eyebrow and says, at least he didn't roll any dice.
All right, he says. Imagine you guys roll a couple dice in game. He makes you roll, and clearly through gritted teeth, in the way like, "Fine, you can do it." And I say here, "All right, fine. You have finally stolen from the paladin. You've accused him of adultery. You have tried to kill him, but only verbally, and the other one played a song of support.
Oh.
The paladin wants you to help him save a village."
Oh, what's the paladin's name?
Omid.
The Tell just looks Omid in the eye and says, bit on the nose, isn't it?
What?
DMPC!
All right, his name is Demo.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Tell says, better, much better. Tell says, well, I guess as a bard, I would probably offer to help him.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So he is trying to. You guys can make an insight check. Cruel. Cruel. You are 100% sure. You guys are just here to play a game. You can be whatever you want and act however you want. It's a game where you can be anything you want and there's no consequence at all. Phoenicia, you kind of guess that this is a game about exploration both in your minds and in your hearts, and he is paying a lot of attention to how you act. For Arc and Arc, you get about the same. It's more about the game. Tell, you clearly can tell he is definitely using the game to read all of your hearts to see what you would be should there be no limitations. So he's definitely not here to just play a game. All right. As the game goes on and on, Tell, if you are muted, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think as the game goes on, Tell having received this knowledge would try and kind of help steer the party towards the greater good within the mission. Or within the session of the game, perhaps having to stomp on Cruel's foot from time to time as Cruel embodies his evil warlock character.
Well, he becomes lawful evil, so he's like he's being like cartoonishly the opposite of what he would normally do. Like, he would normally accuse an adulterer of adultery, but now he's doing it evilly.
Arg is definitely doing like that snooty, that guy intelligence approach of min-maxing every single thing. Like, am I stealthing right now? What is my passive perception? Did my passive perception pick up on that?
So
Can I shape water into a knife?
Yes, it's best I have the cantrip shape water. Can I drop a 2-ton block of ice on his head?
so Ark is min-maxing, Crew is fully embodying the lawful evil warlock. Tail is trying to use the game to let the Deva know we're not bad guys. What is Alphanica doing?
I think Alphanica sees the 8 intelligence, 8 wisdom, 8 charisma, and just assumes that, yeah, barbarian, very physical and violent, is going to attack everything it sees.
Murder hobo.
You are murder hobo. Alright. Because everybody is comically funny, you may all make another persuasion check. Straight.
Stack guidance, I hope.
Very
Oh,
nice.
no.
Ark, yeah, your min-maxing is just getting on his nerves, which is kind of meta because that's you and me in real life.
And the truth comes out.
So Ark is like, dear, can I do this? Dear, can I do this? And he's like, I'm gonna get to you in a moment. Meanwhile, Gratu is thinking about the thousands of DMs she gets from Fudge. However, Tell, you maneuver the party more or less to not be just murder hobo evil. Cruel, how would you want this Deva to perceive you and your character with that check?
Somebody who always does what he thinks is right, but makes it very clear that the character he's playing is very misguided in that regard.
Ooh,
And
interesting.
he thinks of himself as someone who who tries to improve and tries to really be mindful of what he's doing. Completely opposite to his character.
Very nice. Alphanica, how would you like this Deva to perceive you and your character?
I think because Alphanica is trying to be authentic to the game as much as possible. She doesn't realize that the Deva is using this to measure who she is as a person. So I think she's just trying to try and play this character as authentic as she thinks it should be. It's very stupid, very physical, and so she does murder hobo stuff. And I think through that authenticity of trying to play this game and trying to really enjoy the game, that she sort of shows her honesty in everything she does. Maybe a little too honest, to the point that some people might be uncomfortable around the table. But yeah, she's trying to be honest to the character and table. Yeah, this is what my character would do. Okay.
Oh no! Oh no! The dreaded. This is what my character would do.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
every time Alphanike goes to kill something, Cruel will ask in particular, like, how? But like, how do you do it? So like you can't. So like he will Alphanike get away with saying, "I do this." Like how? How do you?
Yeah.
How do you decapitate this man with one fell swoop?
So she uses it, takes the sword and, swings the sword, like how Tell usually does it, right? It's like that. Just, wait, no, Tell stabs people. Oh god, I have no in-world reference! No!
Alright, Tell, how would you like this Deva to perceive you and your character?
Yeah, I want to convey what we were saying when we, when Tell sat down at the table, is that we are in a fight against a supreme evil, and we want to do everything we can to stop that, whatever the cost.
Okay. All right. After about an hour, all of you humoring this Deva in different ways. Some of them definitely trying to play to the DM, while others just outright play their character, and some of them gets hung up on mechanics. Um, this Deva says, "All right, you are terrible people, but somehow, because this paladin is so adamant in recruiting you, you won." Yeah.
Wait, this whole game, the whole time, was just getting the paladin to recruit our party.
Yes.
Oh god, that's the
Oh
entire
my
thing?
god.
All of that 4 hour of gaming.
Yes. And then he's like, you won. And then he puts everything down. And he says, interesting. Not exactly what I was going for, but I had fun. You may put down your character sheet and your dice now.
Oh, okay. So how
He
much XP did she get? Okay, never mind.
Yes, we only killed 3 goblins. Is that enough to level up? Did we level up?
No!
Oh.
Oh god. I don't know if I should celebrate this or regret this. Uh, he, we are going one level up to actual our D&D. He says, now, I can see what you're doing. He looks over at Ark, and in the same vibe that Inda also had to this very authority-driven and 100% certain of his own views being right, and without much, diplomacy, he looks at you and say, sometimes you need to take your heads out of the mechanical and see around you, otherwise you'll get lost. Mechanics and details is not everything, little one.
Arg just like side eyes Ben.
Is he like that type of look? Is he being racist?
He looks at Ophanike and he says, I can see that you are trying your best, but you don't have to believe everything you see on the first glance and make assumptions of what they should be just because the first impression suggests a thing. Your character doesn't need to be a mindless murderer just because the number says so.
Alright. Okay.
He looks at Cruel. I have a feeling that you don't really know who you are, and you are still exploring what it means to be you. You are a paladin, yes?
Yes, and I've sworn my oaths, and I stand by them.
If that is the only thing that you know is true and that you hold on to, then I can tell you it is not enough. Even a paladin needs to be a person. You are more than just your oath.
It becomes very obvious, like no inside check needed for anybody, that Cruel is like devastated by this news. Like he's like downtrodden. Like he came in with a very bright and like curious look to him, and he's now like someone just broke up with him.
Omid looks at all of you. He does see your deflated mood suddenly from what he said, and he says, you will find your own way, as all paladins do eventually. You just need to look. And then he looks over to Teo. I can see you have a focused mind. And you have a goal that you want to achieve. But do remember not to forget who you are in achieving of this goal. It's interesting that all of you come together asking me of this thing. I can tell that none of you is evil, but you are all adrift. If I reveal the location of this book to you, would you vow not to be tempted by its power?
Tell puts on his big grin. And says, "Of course."
I don't want power.
What do you want?
Again, Cruel has he's gone from deflated to the blankest expression you've ever seen, as like the DirecTV logo pops around in his head.
He's processing.
Then I was right in my assumption. Well, in that case, I imagine that you guys introduce yourself so he wouldn't know your name during this
Yeah.
several hour
Yeah,
play.
Yes.
He says from one to other, says, this artifact, and then he looks back and forth, making sure you are not being overheard, and it says, this artifact is of extreme power. Anyone who is not strong of will can easily be tempted by the arcane nature of it. He looks over to Ark. By what it may promise. He looks over at Tell. He looks at, by curiosity alone, he looks at Cruel. And perhaps, even by appearance and the evil that you will unleash trying to do something good. But I do trust that you do not have evil in your heart. If you give me this vow, I will tell you where it is. That you will do your best not to be corrupted. And return here so we may continue this adventure.
Tell smiles. He says, "I'd be glad to."
Good. Do all of you
Yes.
agree?
Yes. Evil
Yeah.
has no home in my heart.
That
But-
I do believe. He
But
smiles.
Mechlin DeVile can't say the same.
Well, as long
his
it is,
OC.
he says, as long it is contained to paper, that should be fine. And in that case, he starts, packing all these character sheets away, and he is the kind of DM who says, no, you don't get to take your character sheet home. It stays with me. And
Yeah, and then
he,
as he's packing up, Alphanica will say, "Thank you. When we decided to go to war with Vecna, I put my faith in these men right here. Under my watch, they will not be tempted by this tome."
very well. And he looks over at Ark. Do you have any words you want to say, little one? Sorry, Ark.
I believe our end goal is to attempt and destroy the knowledge within it, as whatever secrets are lost is a victory against. Did we say his name out loud? I don't know if we're allowed to say his name out loud.
Who? Which one?
The
One of our wizards, or
No, the one we're trying to kill. Or
Mr.
find.
Valentine.
You should not fear his name if you wish to defeat him. For fearing his name is to increase his power over you. You can say his name.
Vecna! He yells and he slams his fist on the table.
Turn around and say,
Like record scratch. Everyone turns and looks at us.
after you hear a couple murmur, nerds, weirdos, what the hell are they playing at? And then everybody returns to drinking, and Omid goes over here, rummages in his bag, and pulls out another map. He takes the beer steins as weights and puts it on the table and says, "This is the Brimstone Hold. I had to DM a whole campaign for her to divulge this knowledge.
Holy
Ooh.
shit.
Hmm.
It was a very long train ride.
They say that I've heard that DMing is not supposed to be a job. It's supposed to be something you do for fun.
Not if you try to learn secrets from a devil. Anyway,
I don't know that I've ever met a devil.
anyway, this is the Brimstone Hold. From what we can gather, it is located in the plane of lava. Under the rule of a vile conqueror, a Ifriti of great power. However, he is not usually there. Vrakia will not be there, hopefully, when you go seek that book. However, somewhere in there, in his quarters, he points at this room, he has hidden away the book that you seek. You may take this map with you, study its course.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Where is this room? By the way, who is this Vrakir?
He is an Ifriti, a warlord who conquers from the plane of fire. His appetite is unending and his might is terrifying.
So is it a good idea or a bad idea to bring it snacks?
I do not believe that he can be tempted by so mere a trinket. However, this Brimstone Hold usually is under the rule of his second in command, another Ifriti, a tyrant from what I understand, named Jarazu.
Yarazul?
Jarazu. He says, from what I gather, this hold is in the plain of lava, surrounded by rivers of lava, guarded by devils, grey dwarfs, and other creatures of fire, salamanders, duergar, and erinis. If you attempt to storm this hold, I suggest you bring an army. But from my understanding, you might have other ways.
Seems like a quiet infiltration may be a better option.
Or maybe a barter. If it gets too dicey in there, perhaps we can offer something in equivalent exchange to the book. I mean, if it is a corrupting force, he can barely use it without losing his mind. That's why it's hidden in his quarters, so maybe he doesn't even have a use for it anyway.
Perhaps he already read it.
Omid sits over there, listens to you plan, and he says, Barter, maybe, Ifriti are known to fall for flattery. They are not devils. They conduct businesses. From what I understand, a hold as such as these needs to be supplied. And you may find its supplier, perhaps. Otherwise, I do understand that he has business dealings from occasionally. And I also understand that he keeps many slaves.
I feel like Omid listening to a scheme and plan has that thought in the back of his mind. Why weren't they like this during my game? What the
That is exactly. It's like, why do they not cooperate like this during game?
Alright. Well, the barter plan would only work if we even have something of his that he would like, whether that be mundane resources or powerful magical artifacts, but we do have, as Tel suggested, we could just infiltrate. if we don't have anything that he'd like.
It sounds like some of these suppliers or business dealings may be avenue for
Filtration.
there was another word I was looking for and it just like vanished from my brain. Yeah, it would provide us a avenue for access to this fortress.
Omid says there is a Cambion, a crossbreed of the humankind and devils. His name is Klax. He supplies the hold once every 10 days. That is a week in some worlds.
Tells us, and where might we find this Klex?
From what we understand, he sets out from the city of Brass. That is on the fireplay. But occasionally he can be found here in Sigil as well.
If we wish to try and look for him here in Sigil, where would we find him? Normally.
Omid says he is a slippery sword. He will often not attend sessions that was scheduled. And he pouts.
He's one of your
your
players.
One that I no longer cherish, for he has ditched our group the second time.
Ah,
Oh,
he sounds like one who would come in and eat all the snacks and then leave.
No, that is another one. One of the city's officials. Never mind. You may find him here occasionally where he drinks. That's how we met.
all right. What if we were to do like a Mission Impossible thing where we go in, where we try to do like business dealings, and we have Tell inside Bin with like the water and water breathing, and when we're alone in like a room, we just let Tell out, let him slink in, and come back in to Bin once he got the book. Nah,
You want
probably
to
too far-fetched.
You want to send Tell in alone?
No,
Well, it's like
No,
it's like
it's like a pincer. It's like a
or no,
pincer.
it's like Ocean's 11 where they put they put him in the vault. So they roll bin somewhere with Tell inside, like as like caterers, they roll Tell inside of bin behind the the last security perimeter. Tell slips out, grabs it, gets back in bin, and then they roll bin back out.
Oh
heard
yeah,
the word-
you're the Asian that they forgot in a duffel bag.
Yeah.
We heard the warlord was hungry, so we brought him a meal.
yes, so many food. And then Tell
Everyone's like
slips out of
wearing
the bin.
butler outfits. Oh gosh.
Yes. Where in this map is the room of the lord of this place? Where's this room? Where is this room? Maybe we could
I think
actually
it's
pull that off.
the
Hold on.
red X.
The red X. Okay.
Or the
So
audience
where would we
chamber.
come in? Okay, audience chamber. So this is an audience chamber. Do they host shows?
No. He has bidders coming for him for business.
Oh my god. What if we were to attend as like bidders? And then we have like luggage that we give to like the servants, and then when the servants stow away our luggage, Tell comes out because it's right here. Hold on. The hall is right here, so maybe we have like Bin. Oh no, Bin doesn't need to be luggage. He's an actual creature, so he could just bring Bin here, and then when nobody's looking, Tell slips out, enters Vrakir's chambers, steal it, comes back inside Bin. Yo. I don't know.
Yeah,
What is this Eye of the Ifrit?
that is a aberrant creature. A floating eyeball with tentacles, also known as a beholder. He is the guardian to the audience chamber.
I see.
Well, we have a lot of options. Thank you for this map, Omid. We are truly grateful.
Take it with you.
All right.
While I'm still here, do you have any last questions?
Sorry, did he tell us where Clax was? I know he said he was one of his players, but
No, he says Klax occasionally drinks here, but Klax is notoriously elusive and not on time.
gotcha. And he's not
And-
currently here.
No, it's a Cambion, and there's currently no Cambion in this room.
How ballsy would that be? Just don't attend for a game of D&D, but you're still there.
Oh, that'll be ballsy.
He's just like, he's right over there. He's been ignoring me the entire time.
He's like, yes, come to the table.
Yeah. Somebody roll me a dice, please. Any dice.
What kind?
Any.
Okay, got it. Oh,
All right.
everybody. You know what?
Not everybody. All right, fine. Everybody roll.
Everybody went for it.
Nobody rolls the 2d hundreds. I see. Very nice. Okay,
I'm
thank you.
rolling percentage die, or-
Somebody roll a 1d1. Arg.
No.
Oh no, you already did.
Nobody went for
Finn
it.
can roll that 1d1. Alrighty.
Oh, it doesn't roll it.
Doesn't even recognize.
There it is!
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
It took Avray forever because Avray was like, "What the hell?"
What the hell am I?
It's what-
It's trying to load the range of 1 and 1, and it probably faulted
It probably
and
did.
ended on a return. Yeah.
Alright, Omid at some point say, if you have no more questions, then I shall be on my way. He like gathers up his things and he says, thank you for the game.
Same time next week?
Yes, please, same time next week.
Yes, sir. Goodbye.
And then you see Omid thanks all of you, leaves the map, and before he exits the room he turns back and gives you all like a once over to as if reading you for a final time, and then he frowns, nods to himself, and then exits the room. You are now left alone with this map. And also he left a die.
We have a dice set. Woo.
One die or a dice set?
One die. But I don't have that one die. It's a d4. So he basically left a caltrop.
Dangerous weapon. Put a sock.
Arg will go and Arg will take it and put it in Ben.
Well,
Or-
what do we wish to do with this information? Do we wish to return to the Wizard 3? Maybe they have some special insights in regards to this?
I believe that's
or maybe
would be,
even a portal to the Plane of Fire? Mhm.
yes.
Go
I think that would be wise. I would like to do a quick peruse through the area, see if we could find this Clax. I think it would be good to have a connection on the inside, as it were. But
Oh, okay.
as is Clax currently walking up to the table
Yep.
right now?
Yep, you say, do a once over, maybe we can find this Klax. You see, coming at you is a very handsome Cambion with his leathering wings folded behind him, looking frontally more like a tiefling with this very cool, almost smuggler outfit, and clearly like a very charismatic Sont. With a beer in hand, he comes over here, leans against the table, looks at, looks at Crew and says, "You are my seat, darling."
Well, the seat's still open.
Well, are you going to get up or should I sit in your lap?
Well, I don't
Promise
mind.
yourself to Mordenkainen.
I didn't promise myself.
Huh?
You see, we must foster the light. And where one light begins, another light begins. Look, I'm not a sermon kind of guy. I'm the kind of guy that rescues animals.
He starts shoving Alphanika away. Do you mind, Perry?
Sure. Okay. Okay.
He sits down and puts his feet on the table, and he says, "Well, is that angel gone?"
No,
Yes.
he's right behind you.
Hmm. Oof. Took me so long to hide from him. I see. What are you doing with my map?
It's our map.
Is this not?
Oh god, never mind.
You're reading it, engaging with it, planning with it.
I heard you were looking for me. Looks over at Tel this time.
Tell nods. He says, yes. Our friend Omid did mention that you have some knowledge of the name of the place. Of Brimstone Hold. And,
I do.
well,
We
perhaps
do business.
then you're just the person that we need.
Well, what do you pay?
Well, we could pay in gold. We could pay in favors. We could. What do you need? What's your price?
I want half of whatever you get. Whatever you want to do inside this hold. I suspect it is not business. You don't look like businessmen to me. None of you do. He looks at Alphanika's cosplay, saying, "Yeah, not business."
I didn't. To be fair, I didn't know this is what she looked like. I'm gonna. Okay.
Tell makes a gesture in a thieves' camp. Because I've kind of always envisioned thieves' camp like almost like a
It's like
hand
subtle
sign language. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've ever read the Gentleman Bastards book, they have this description for like hand signs. That's kind
Oh,
of
I
how
love
I've
it.
always envisioned thieves' camp. Anyway, yeah, Tell just kind of makes the gesture for like mutual associate, like, you know, letting him know that he's in on it, right? Like seeing if Klax responds.
Klax will lift an eyebrow and he will make a hand sign back to you, which is not translating to a word, but it's an understanding, as in I can help you for a price, but it must not compromise my business.
Yeah.
Professional courtesy,
Mhm.
basically.
Tell
And then,
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell Knots, he says, I think you read our intentions plainly. Half is high, but negotiable, provided you have the resources to help us.
I do. I am one of the very few who has access to the hold. They guard this place carefully, you see, and any deception by magic will be instantly seen through. However, I am not without my own petty revenge schemes, and I would like you to help me on that.
Tell kind of cocks an eyebrow. He's like, a revenge scheme?
Oh,
What
yes.
are you after?
One of the Hold's guardian has, let's say, conducted itself in a way that I displease. You see, no one threatens Klax without ramifications. Kalimax is her name. Kalimbrax is her name. She prowls the area of the dock, and she threatens me on a 10-day basis with death.
Can I like insight this guy to see if this is just like his sister or something?
Yeah, you can insight it.
like the level of, I guess, how much he knows this person. Like, I assume there's a difference between that guy who pissed me off once and my sister who bullies me every day.
Yeah, sure. Um, hard to tell, but you do see it's not about psychological trauma. It's about revenge and ego. He wants to teach somebody a lesson. And he says her name is Kalimrax. She threatens me with death every 10 days when I arrive. And I would like somebody to take her down a peg. And if you can, she holds certain treasures that I would like, or at least half of it.
Taking folks down a peg does happen to be our speciality, as it were.
I can
Question.
tell.
A question. Do you deserve these remarks?
Of course not. Do you think I deserve to be threatened with death every 10 days?
We just met you. And
What do you
have-
think? He
you were-
flashes you like a very charming smile.
Arg like pauses for a second.
You were late to this game by about 1 hour and 30 seconds.
The exact time we've been playing. The game
Yes,
with the
because
guy.
I don't like playing second fiddle to this Omid the Paladin. Klax is always center stage.
You should have gone bard. Wait, were you the bard?
Ah, you were the scene hog. We didn't have one of those this game.
Yeah, he says, but that's neither here nor there. We're talking business. Kalimrax has a considerable treasure under her claws. I would like half of it. In that case, I can provide some disguises, documentations, and some explanations. I can get you as far as the dock. What happens after is your own game.
What
Would you?
species
Go ahead.
is this Calyx? Oh,
Yeah, sorry, Ark, you first. Can you speak up a bit louder?
What sort of species is this Calimax? You say she has claws.
What do you think? Well, she's a red one. Not quite a dot, but formidable enough. A
Is it-
dragon, my dear. A dragon.
Why are you playing this game if you've already friends with a You know what? I will not continue that thought.
Oh! Why is he playing Dungeons and Dragons if he's befriending a dragon? Oh, okay. You might think he wants to kill a dragon. So, my price is half her hoard.
Tell says, well, is her hoard in Brimstone Hold?
It is. It is right under this face's tongue.
Is that on the map? Where is that on the map?
It's here.
It is
So
in the map.
it's here. If you look at it, there is a carving of a face into the wall, and then it's spitting out lava, and he says her hoard is underneath this lava tongue.
Is it in the interior? Because like this is like 2 audience chambers.
Yes. So what he tells you is, if you go above the lava, you land in this area. If you there is a secret passage underneath the lava, so only Kalimrax, who is immune to fire, can fly through the lava into her own hoard. So imagine it's like right underneath this area. It's not drawn on this map, but it's basically here in the middle.
I see. So you wish for us to deal with this dragon that is inside a dungeon?
Yes. Half her hoard is my price.
And
That's
what do
quite
you-
fair.
What do you bring to the table that deserves half a dragon's hoard?
I can provide you entrance to the hold. I come every 10 days with supplies, which we will load into this storeroom. From there is a staircase downstairs into this area. From there, it's not that far. If you dress as one of my hirelings, Callum Rex will threaten you with death and maybe eat you. But it is the easier way. Or you can brace your own luck through the bridge, which is the only other entrance to the hold. If you approach from the sky, Callum Rex is its defense.
Think
When you said, go ahead.
Go ahead, Crow.
that was Tell says I think your terms are acceptable, provided you can get us into that storeroom, get us access to the facilities, and provided we're able to access the horde through a lava flow. I believe half is a reasonable payment.
He smirks and says, "Of course, I do wish you to, if not kill her, at least wound her, blind her, cripple her, however you wish to do it. As long as I no longer have to look at her and hear her threats next time I arrive, I shall see our deal as concluded."
Taking half her horde is an injury enough.
No.
Maybe with all the money, you could afford a therapist.
Well, if you do not want to deal with me, I wish you good luck with a frontal assault. He gets up.
Tell says, no, sit back down.
Make a persuasion check.
Let's see. Persuade.
He looks at you up and down and sits down again.
I meant that as a sign of confirmation that you can move on with your life.
Why?
Well, yeah, that's a very good question. I don't know why.
It's a good business deal, and if I don't have to listen to an arrogant red threaten me every time and gain half her horde, it's worth the risk of smuggling. He look at 1, 2, 3, 4 into the brimstone hold.
There is
Yeah,
a
but-
fifth.
My crew can be of various size. Well, do we have a deal?
Tell nods.
I believe
Raises his Azale says, believe we have a deal.
He looks over at the rest of you guys just to you can see that he definitely thinks like Tail is the leader of the group because Tail speaks Seascant. To the rest of you, he is like measuring, see if you are maybe going to betray him or not keep to the pact. And he says, "Well, what do you say?"
no. You are our right now our only smart way in. Of course, we will deal with you. I don't know how effective we will be against a dragon of variable age, but we'll pull through with our end.
Well, I think
Try
your
not to
friend
screw
can
you
come.
over.
He just gets up and he nods. He also definitely did not accidentally brush against Crew or something. And gets up and looks at Tail and say, "Well, I think your friend there will confirm that breaking a pact or not fulfilling it will have dire consequences for all of you. If you wish to partake in this endeavor, come meet me tomorrow and dress inconspicuously." He looks at Alphanik like very attentively at that.
When I was looking at the sigil fashion books, I really should have looked at what they meant.
Yes. Just inconspicuously for tomorrow. Brown, red, like me. And then he gets up, does like I'm awesome pose and say, "Well, see you tomorrow. And if Omid asks, you never saw me."
Work, he can sense lies. Okay, goodbye.
All right. I think we have a game plan. This he is definitely ghosting the DM.
Goodness.
So with that, let's take a break and see what we do next.
All right. 1 second then. See you guys in a bit.
Yeah. It was in I think a one shot that I DM'd once with this angel in there,
Yeah.
and they did say that the angel was guarding somebody who has knowledge of the Book of Fire Darkness. And the angel, the entire thing is that the angel is bored out of his mind, and you have to entertain him. And he's just like a card game, and nobody wanted to play the card game, so the entire party decided they want to teach this angel how to play D&D.
Incredible.
Shakespeare was there.
That was the
Yeah,
choo-choo train, I believe.
yeah, that's the choo-choo train where you accidentally murder that fish.
Oh god, that was the one where my character was like
Yeah,
tranced into lady form, I think.
yeah,
Evil.
you were evil lady, Paphion or whatever.
Yeah, I believe it was a tunar, and he tortured a fish.
Yeah, and so you as a character were as a player was there, but your character wasn't there. But Sarah was there, so I was hoping I would be here because I actually, Sarah actually knows Omid.
That's funny.
It was so funny. I laughed my butt off because Fudge of course started to pulling out all his DM's guide and all his books and build a wall around that angel. That was pretty fun.
God. That angel knew all the card tricks, and then we're like, we showed him the horrors of D&D, and he never recovered.
He never recovered.
He got sucked in.
He has come a
was
long way because
GG's
back
from
then he
there.
insisted on playing lawful good paladin only. So that's what your dice rolls were. It's for the class and the race.
Damn. Okay. Open image.
That's funny.
Oh, so we both of us like rolled bards.
No,
No.
it's not bar. It's Let me see. Where is it? So you and you both rolled rogue, but I is not here, so we only have one rogue. But Math and JD both rolled dwarf. Race. So the D12 was for class,
Oh.
and the D6 was for race.
Wait, does that mean I rolled them? No.
It's just so to help me make a couple things, but you don't have to take your own. Math wrote the dwarf warlock, which I thought was funny. Rem was
Yep.
the gnome rogue. Fudge, you wrote the elf bard, and JD wrote the dwarf barbarian. And then I found like this cute little sheet online. Did some shenanigans with Procreate. And now we have character sheets.
That's so great.
Okay. Alphinike has somehow instantly ready with a disguise. Check it out. Shit, I put it in the wrong thing.
Oh,
Ooh, this is cool picture.
Is it notes? No, where did I put this sheet? Okay, it's in mounts, so I'll move it to characters for now.
Oh yeah, Tell did. I forgot back when Mal did our big shopping trip for us. Tell got an uncommon glamour weave and a cloak of many fashions. He's good to go.
Oh goodness.
Yep,
So ready.
Yes, I believe. What was it? The last time we did disguises, Saren gave us paints.
Yeah,
Oh,
Saren
yes.
has the marvelous paints, but as always, if the character is not here, nothing she has works.
I
Damn.
do have 2 over the table questions.
Yes.
One, did we level up after the last?
No, we did not.
Sure.
We will level
Yeah.
up after this.
Nice.
So we have
So
under
we
the
have-
table questions. Did the characters in the mini game level up?
No. You killed 3 goblins. You did not level up.
We barely got through the intro quest.
Yeah. So we do not level up basically because I need a little bit more time.
No, that's fair.
And so we're still level 12. We're level 12, right?
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're level 12. Great.
Yes.
I think level 13 for a lot of people unlocks scary things.
It does.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, yeah. Go ahead. That was
Question
the
number
first.
2 was specifically for Tell. Did the change in his rapier result in any actual like mechanical changes?
Would
Not
you like
yet.
Bard to identify?
Okay, cool.
Not yet.
Works for me.
It will come. Don't worry. I will let you know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Because I had written down to ask last session and then completely forgot.
Yes, I have stuff in mind. I'll let you know. Also, I would like to, work it into the story a little bit more.
Oh yeah,
so-
absolutely, 100%.
No, go away. We don't need dinosaur. I'll be- I think I have dinosaur torn still somewhere.
Ooh.
Yeah, Dino torn.
Dino Torn. What in the world?
We're just waiting for JD now. Yeah, we did say 50 minutes. Whew. I had so much fun planning this mini game.
When you revealed that room and I saw the character and I because I was zoomed way out to see the whole tavern and I saw the DM screen, I was like, what is that? Just because the image seemed so like incongruous that I zoomed in, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I like it too. Also, I like it that you guys kind of found a hobby while defeating Vecna.
It's a beautiful one. Most of us are terrible players, but we'll get there eventually.
Yep.
Everyone starts out rough.
Yeah, right?
Mhm.
Oh, am I not late?
Welcome back.
You're right on
Thank you.
time.
You're right
Awesome.
on high. Awesome. I should have used this time to take a couple notes, which I did not. Let me say, deal with. So, are there any questions?
So are we getting a piece of the rod?
No, we are getting the Book of Wild Darkness.
Right.
Oh,
Sorry.
So it's a side quest.
Yes. I will say more to this kind of things after game, but right now, as we return, I mean, you guys have spent like hours in here. I imagine this barkeep would have come by and served you multiple rounds of drinks. So if anybody has money,
I don't even know if I think I have like a. I either have nothing or a lot.
Tell would cover it.
all right. So as long as you keep buying drinks, this tavern keep is happy to let you play here. And after a while, eventually, Mel comes by and is actually quite surprised that you guys are still here.
I think Cruel would have left a little before Mel got there to head back to the
Sanctum.
sanctum.
But you don't know where the sanctum is.
That I thought you were gonna say that, and I don't have a response, so he would wait for Mel.
Yes, so Crew goes outside, it's like, no, Mom, I'm not waiting for you. And then 5 minutes later comes back, I don't know where home is.
Yeah, he walks around in the circle. He walks the entire length of Sigil, and he's like, "Oh shit! It is a ring."
It's all the way around and right back to where he started.
Yep, and that's the point where also Mel comes back, and you guys do see that she has bags of stuff. She's running errands because you know that place doesn't have a door. So as she brings you back to the sanctum, which means I have to change theme. Where is it? Ah, there it is.
What's the command for coin purse again?
Coins.
It's just coins. Let's see.
Coins.
Did we, just to be clear, the red guy, was he a tiefling or a Cambion?
Cambion. He's a Cambion.
Ambien, yeah.
Don't get up to trouble,
That
you
guy
guys.
could screw us. Mhm.
Mel, like Arg immediately upon seeing Mel, we made a deal with the devil. Let's go home.
She looks at you and say, "Well, that's like every day here in Sigil."
Mel's just like, yeah, I made 3 on my way here.
All right, as you return back to the Sigil, because you did go, you did leave for quite a while. When you return, the wizards are no longer at their own place. Mordenkainen is doing research, Tasha is snoozing on the couch, and Alustria is over here taking notes. While you see this, even from where you are, this arcane circle is glowing faintly with the 2 rod parts, very close to each other, but not quite attached. And this staff of power in the middle as focus. And Alustrio comes over and says,
Alphinica's former staff of power.
yeah. Welcome back. Did you get the information you were looking for?
I think we did. We have a lead on the location for the book.
Great.
Tell
Is there
him.
anything we can help with?
Sits and kicks his feet up on the coffee table.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like leans back, like arms spread out on the back of the couch. And he's kind of like
very good mood.
he's kind of like looking up at the ceiling. Well, yeah, it's just hanging out in the tavern for a few hours. And he's kind of like looking up at the ceiling, kind of lost in thought for a moment. And he says, well, anything that y'all have that would help us infiltrate the hold of a Cambion on the plane of lava and heist a horde from a red dragon would, not go unappreciated.
Yes, preferably something that helps with fire and lava.
Oh.
We would need such a thing because we discovered that an Ifriti named Vrakir has the book in the Brimstone Hold, a place in the elemental plane of fire.
I see. Well, I can. She goes over here and say, Tasha. Tasha is like, yes, I heard it. I guess I can brew you all a potion. Have you ever heard
Potion of what?
fire resistance, dummy?
Oh, okay.
But this is lava.
Yeah, I don't know that a simple potion of fire resistance would get us through a river of lava.
Well, there's no such potion that makes you completely impervious to fire. So, I would suggest not to fall into lava.
The thing
Fine,
is,
we'll just bring a
our
lot of
method
water.
getting there. Our method of getting there might require us to do so. See, we met a Cambion that promised to take us into this hold as one of his workers. In exchange, we need to do a few things for him, which might involve delving into lava.
She thinks, and then she thinks, and she thinks, and she says, like, no, fire resistance is the best I can do for you.
Make insight checker.
Yeah.
I mean, attempt to.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
She's not really hiding it. She is like, fire resistance is the easiest and most low effort thing that she can do to guarantee a acceptable outcome. There might be more higher magic, but she doesn't deem it necessary to do so. It's
Okay.
part laziness, part of, I mean, it's good enough.
It's just a dragon.
Yeah. It's like, it's just lava. Yeah, you know
Well,
what? Let me
either
start on
way,
those
a potion of
potions.
fire resistance. Thank you very much. Now, if you would all would excuse me, I need to do research on this Polar Master Great Weapon Master combo. How does this work? I need to be level 8 to get all of it? What? Why didn't I do Variant Human?
Cruel's gonna peek in and see if Tasha's brewing it in a cauldron.
Yeah. So where is Tasha's room actually? Oh, it's over here. If you want to go, it's up here. So you can go up this staircase. When you go there, indeed, Tasha is brewing it in a cauldron.
All right, that's all I want a confirmation.
Yeah, I mean, where else is she gonna brew it?
No, I just know that Tasha's cauldron is a spell and a phrase, but no, Cruel's needed elsewhere.
Ah, yes, crew is needed elsewhere. Alustria is more helpful. She will say, there's nothing that grants immunity, which is the DM saying, I don't know anything that will grant fire immunity.
Yeah, me either.
There are spells that can help. Potions is maybe the easiest way, as it is long lasting. And again, if you need us, you may send us a sending.
Absolutely.
Do you happen to have any sending stones you could share with us for that purpose? It turns out last time we needed to call, we were a bit too worn out.
Oh, of course. I forgot about it. She's like, oh, I forgot that, yes, one can go out of spell slots. It's been years since that happened to me. And she goes to rubbish through her desk. And
I feel like a failure.
Yeah, definitely flexing her level of spell slots, and then there's a lot of you like, Mail, babe, where did we put it? And then, screaming across the living room, and then she comes back and holding a sending stone.
Nice.
It's a bit dusty, and she blows on it and say, "Yes, here you go."
Tell takes it.
Alrighty. Write it down. Tail gets a sending stone. It
Yep.
goes to Illustria only.
That's fine. It gets to one of them.
It will take any
Yeah.
one of them, literally.
I mean, yeah, I think Illustrial's probably the most reliable of the three.
That's probably true.
Alrighty. Is there anything else you would like to do? Because you do have about half a day to prepare for your heist. Of course, we just pretend that Saren will come with you, and you just take her with you because she's currently not here.
She's always in her bathtub.
Yeah, she is.
Constantly and eternally. Speaking of plans, I think it's pretty simple, right? We ditch the docks, head over to the face, and go into the lava tongue, get the treasure. If we encounter the dragon, we put it in its place, quotations in the air, and then from there we enter the audience room and then to Vrakir's quarters, right? However we accomplish that.
Yeah, I think that's basically it.
I mean, you've truncated a lot of steps.
Yes.
One, putting the dragon in its place was not even a whole step.
Well, most of it is things that we're gonna have to figure out when we get there.
We have an entire half day to plan and scheme.
Scheming and planning,
But it
planning and
only-
scheming.
Now,
Illustrial, have you ever made deals with Cambians and gone back on your word?
No. As in, I've never made a deal with a Cambion.
See, she is definitely the most respectable one here, isn't she?
You're so glad.
Rob.
Nobody hurt you, so Illustria will try very hard not to react to it.
Have you ever made deals with dragons, perhaps?
I have.
Apparently we need to get one over on a dragon, whatever that means. Do we just rob them?
That
dragons
is very unwise. Dragons, depending on its kind, can be vengeful creatures, and there is little things more important to them than their hoard. Should you ever threaten that, there's no length they would not go to hunt you down. Of course, my experience with, I suppose you are talking about the chromatic kind, is tense. I do have many dragons of the metallic kind. Many dragon friends of the metallic kind.
This
If
one is
it-
red.
Ah, arrogant, prone to flattery, tyrannical in its behavior, and above all, treasures their hoard.
Well, it seems we're gonna kill like a dragon game.
Are you going to approach this in a subtle manner, or do you wish to take out Vrakia's stronghold? It would be a thing of good, for Vrakias himself is a tyrannical conqueror that puts many to death or to work.
I think the idea
Although-
so far is to start stealthy and then to lose the thread along the way.
Ah, I see.
Yes, I believe we've been
That is
cautioned
usually
that.
how it turns out.
Oh, sorry.
You're
Tell
good.
first. Tell.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Tell just says, I believe we've been cautioned against an open frontal assault, but. Well, you never really know once you're in there, do you?
Well then I suppose you should rest well and trust each other. And then she does take something out, like a leather, um, like it's like a leather top, except it's about the size of a tablecloth. And she says, "I've enchanted this with some abjuration magic. Should you find your prize, wrap it in this so none of you touch it with your own skin. We could never be too sure as to the power of this thing. You understand?"
We too?
She puts it, say, "Bin, would you hold on to it?" And then she puts it in bin.
Abjuration cloth of anti-book.
Yes, put it in bin. Well, then I should leave you to your rest, and let me know if there's anything else you need. And then she starts walking away and say, "Oh, we did find out where the next shard might be."
We'll do it right after this infiltration. Oh,
It doesn't.
and
It
by
doesn't
the way,
Yeah?
yes?
Yes, Tim?
Tell, I was just going to ask, it doesn't happen to be in the hold that we're already going to, does it?
Unfortunately not. It
Damn.
is, we are afraid to say, in Eberron. She looks poignantly at Ark. "I do believe that your vision was no mere coincidence."
If it's no coincidence, I don't like the idea that this staff is already infiltrating us.
It is a very powerful artifact, and as such, they may contain magic that we do not understand fully. She points at the staff and she says, "This staff predates the formation of the prime material plane. This is older than any of us, maybe all of us combined."
How old are you?
You know better to ask a lady.
Well, some people take it as a matter of pride.
I am. Let's not speak of it. She sighs dramatically and walks away to do her arcane research.
Oh man, I couldn't ask her other 6 sisters' names.
Don't you dare, JD. Don't you dare. All right. Anything else you would like to do?
Does everyone have disguises? Or at least is able to generate one?
No.
Because I'm already very ready.
If there's time, I would spend time like using Weaver's tools and disguise kit to try and create disguises, because looking into Alf's closet, all she has is scrolls to the top of the map.
She has a lot of outfits, yes.
A lot.
Sure,
Yeah, it's a lot.
you absolutely have time to do so. You can, I would say if you combine the two, just give me one Weaver's tool roll.
Oh, that's yeah, just guidance, of course.
Alrighty. With that roll, it will take you. How many are you creating for yourself and for crew and for Saren, right?
for Tell looks good in anything, so he's out.
Yeah, and he's. I've got my cloak and glamour weave.
How Cruel? Is Cruel? I imagine Cruel has tons of party outfits.
No, he's very
Is this his only set of clothes?
yes, he's very pastoral in that regard.
So yes, it'll be one for Arg, one for Cruel. I guess one for Elf as well. Probably also one for Saren.
All right, then
Yeah.
it will. That one roll is good enough because that's like incredibly good. It will, however, take you 4 hours as you are sitting there hand stitching several disguises together to fit into the vibe that you're going for. Just describe to me what vibe are you going for?
Basically exactly what the Cambion Felix Fax, whatever.
Clax.
Flax described. He said, similar to the brown leather stuff that he was wearing, probably a little fake scuffed and things like that.
Sure. Okay. As the day goes along, at some point, Tell, you will catch a glimpse of Mordenkainen, who stands like over here in the area and subtly gesture you to come over.
Yep. He'll go over there.
And he says, "I've had time to do some research. Tell, how did you come by that sword?"
Tell kind of like does the little like half step back and like looks over to make sure none of the other party are over here or listening in.
Do
and then
are the other listening in?
Cruel is staring directly at them, but not really listening.
Crew is like, "That's my man."
yeah, tell sees Cruel like staring and gives him like the like no worries like head shake.
Oh yeah. Cruel nods and then but just will give it a scant glance every now and again.
All right. Alphanika, are you listening in to what's going on over there?
I think she wouldn't be. In fact, I think she would be unnaturally disengaged with their conversation. I think Alphanika is trying to is having faith in Tel, and then just if Tel wants silence and privacy, she won't peer in. And I think that's very obvious by the fact that she's incredibly disengaged, like she's even moving away.
Okay. Ark?
Arg would probably be fluttering around, getting measurements and stuff for the people who are standing still awkwardly in the middle of the room for some reason. And he's like, yeah, they're standing still for me, clearly, to get these measurements. And then he'll like run off into the pile of garbage and like find scraps of stuff to put these clothes together. Yeah, definitely running around the sanctum looking for materials. Maybe giving now a shopping list to go back. Oops.
Alrighty, so with that, Tell, you do see everybody is preoccupied.
Noting that, Tell will sort of do the like half step back over, and he will tell Mordenkainen, I found this.
You found this. He sighs, says, "Tell, if you wish me to help you, I need you to be honest with me."
Tell like takes a like huge like breath and sigh and says, I did not find this. This blade the amulet that has attached itself was found by someone very close to me. He found it in the aftermath of a battle on the field where many had fallen, and he picked it up, took it for his own.
How did it end?
I saw that man fall into madness. He did things that I never thought him capable of. And that last day before he died, I took it from him.
He nods, listening. His facial expression completely neutral, almost to the point that he seems a little bit detached. He says, "I see. Then my theory is correct. I have good and bad news for you. Which one would you like to hear first?"
I just didn't realize he's holding Von Richten's Guide to Ravenloft.
Yep. He is holding a book that says Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Seeing that you saw the book, he says, "Maybe I have two bad news and one good one."
Tell takes a breath and says, I've always been a bad news first kind of guy.
Well then, should this amulet, I suppose your blade as of now, be ever removed from you for longer than, at this stage, maybe a day, 2 at most, you will die. It has become a part of you now.
Tell nods. He says, I could sense that.
Good. The other bad news is that I believe that amulet that this special someone has found originated from a place of darkness. And then he puts like a hand on his book and pats it. To find the truth about it, you will have to venture to worlds unnatural. To a place sealed away by entities more powerful than we can fathom.
Well,
There, you will rise or fall.
seems... Tell kind of lets out a chuckle. He says, seems par the course for this group at this point, so why not once more?
He nods again and say, "The good news is that there might be a way to resist it. I suspect there lives a spirit in your blade. A fragment of entities greater. And as any spirit can confront each other, those strong enough of will be able to resist the temptation. As to say that your own fate is in your own hands."
Tell nods and smiles wanly and says, well, that's good to know. I had always hoped to be the captain of my fate, as it were.
Now there is something I will caution you to do with great care. To resist a temptation, you must understand it. I have sensed the rising power of your blade. must find out how it has changed, what it has changed, to countermeasure it properly.
And how would you suggest I do that?
Well, it is the very thing that gives you power. Speak to it. You two have a bond, yes?
Tell nods, says, of a kind?
He looks over to your party and say, even the strongest must not face every danger alone. I shall research
go ahead.
more. He says, I shall research more and leave you to your thoughts.
Thank you, Mordenkainen. I appreciate the information.
He goes over there, puts the book back into the shelf, and goes to research other things.
Yeah, until we'll just turn and head back to, he'll note where the book is, and then he'll go.
Yeah, he
and,
put it like right there.
Yeah. It'll go back out with the party.
Mm-hmm. After this conversation, at some point, dinner will be served. Ark is like tailoring a really nice outfit for Cruel, and because I don't think we are going to embark on this mission today, is there anything you guys would like to do?
You go ahead. I believe someone was going to speak.
Who wants to go first? Anything you would like to do? If not, then Alphanike.
It might be. This is just more items and stuff. We might need to want to get ourselves some healing potions. I know we got like a crate of them, but I don't know if we ever distributed them. I don't know if we have.
You did, I think. You got at least 4 greater healing potions.
Yeah,
I
Tell's
just don't- I
got
don't-
2 in his inventory, so.
Yes. Worry not of the healing. I just ran out because it was a particularly long day, but we should be more than fine. How about we discuss perhaps some alter egos, as a cleric myself, and we might as well put all wisdom we gained into something we learned to play as other people. How do we feel about such alter egos? I'll go first. My name is Fuerte. I am an acolyte of Asmodeus, and
Hi, Fuertes.
Hello, Fuerte.
hello. Hey, hello. Yes, I speak in a raspy voice because that's infernal stuff.
Make a performance check.
Oh my goodness.
Like, she is so comically acolyte of Asmodeus as to borderline to a child's play, child theater.
I'm going to eat your soul.
Perhaps leave that in D&D.
Ah, okay.
This is like how Alphanike plays it.
Tell just kind of like shakes his head and he stands up. And he says, Albie, let me show you how it's done. And he like brushes off his glamour weave and kind of changes the effect to be like this sort of like kind of like dazzling blue and gold like paisley, and then he pops the collar on his cloak of many fashions to make it like this royal like big fur cloak, and then he like flips his hat inside out so it looks like a little bit like a crown or something, like sets it back on his head. And then like strikes a pose on the stair, and and he like conjures this like super like deep royal voice, and he says, "My subjects, I have come to address you. I am King Richard III." And just like it just does his like false facing, like just all out.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't
you look more
I didn't
royal than
elect
that
you.
one king we saw.
All right.
Ugh,
Yeah.
not
I
too
mean,
bad.
it's like that's average for Tail, but very convincing for everybody else.
I guess I did vote for him.
Oh my.
Right, check. Who is this man?
What happened to Tell?
And then Tell kind of like steps down, and he just kind of like puts his hand on Alfie's shoulder, and he's like, "Look, you gotta live the part a little bit." As he like starts returning his outfit back to normal and everything, he says, "Don't get too caught up in the story, or don't get too caught up in the character that you're trying to be, but tell a story to the person that you're trying to fool. That's where the heart of it is."
All right. When I was younger, I didn't receive enough hugs from my mother, so I turned to Asmodeus for the hugs, and he told me he would give them to me, and he turned me into a warlock, and now I serve him for all my life for those hugs. How did that go?
Keep working on it.
How about
Okay.
this? How about this? I am cruel. They call me that for I am cruel to those who love me the most, and I am very evil.
Tell like
Jack-
just
That's how you say
sits.
evil. That's how evil is.
Tell just sits on the couch and just like face palms.
I really should be doing it with disadvantage because that was horrible.
Yeah, I think so too. Please do it with disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the thing is that crew is just so unbelievably beautiful.
This is
that
true.
Sometimes you're like, what was he say? Doesn't matter.
You
And
lose
that
yourself
is his.
in the eyes.
Yeah, that's the entire performance. But then if he stops and then you think about what he said, you're like, oh shit, no.
The Throngler.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ark is like flittering around, still taking measurements.
That was incredible, Tal. Perhaps you should like perform these live for other people. We could call it Tel's Vision or Television.
Television.
he looks at Arg and he says, "Arg, didn't you know that I was an actor for a while?"
That explains it. I could tell at a glance.
And
You were an
yeah,
actor, Tell.
You could tell at a glance. Is that television?
I thought you were some kind of merchant, based on how I saw you before we met the king.
Yes, your skill in this is quite expertise. Done. You have a knack of some sort of like natural intelligence for it.
oh, geez, how many tell puns are we gonna have? Tell Spicy says, "Yes, I spent some time on the stage in my youth, and was a speech writer for my father for a while. But yes, I did act on the stage for a bit. And yeah, he does Tell over the table does actually have the entertainer background.
Yeah.
Ben,
So you did this all your
pretend.
life, somehow.
yes, we will have to get our, I guess, disguises straight again. We're just being movers of parts. Correct? No kings needed.
Whatever merchandise he might have.
Ben, pretend to be merchandise.
May I make a performance check with Finn?
No, Ben cannot help you as he just falls over. Just,
Oh.
and not moving because, merchandise.
Oh no, I wonder what happened. If only we had some telemetry.
Tell
At
just
some
like
point,
Tell just like
the
like
universe gotta
flops
smite you.
back and like melts into the couch.
This group is hopeless.
Absolutely.
There.
At some point, you guys. Oh, that's not Tasha's room. Tasha's room is over here. At some point, you see Alustra say, "I'll leave you to it. Good night." And then she and her wife just goes away and clearly like, "Oh no, we cannot suffer more puns tonight." And as this happens, somewhere in the corner, this lizard is chewing on the pile very slowly, dozing off. The light automatically dims a little bit in the sanctum. It has become late at this point. You guys have a wonderful evening, cracking puns, doing performances, having drinks are all available, as are snacks. As this evening comes to a close. You guys can stay up as long as you want because, all you did was play D&D and go for drinks. Rare day of relaxation and quaint dialogue with heavy implications. At some point, Cruel, you do notice it is late. Mordenkainen has retired quite a while ago. And you guys all know you have to go up to your room one after the other because otherwise you kind of intersect each other.
When Crew goes up, there's this very specific kind of pose that they'll have a female actress do, where they have their hand on the edge of the wall and they look back.
Oh, yeah.
And he's gonna do that. He's gonna do that as he goes up, like hoping beyond hope that he isn't seen. And I just imagine that everybody is staring directly at him.
Oh yeah, Tell's staring right at him. Tell gives it a wink though.
Oh yeah.
Like you are hoping beyond hope you're not seen. You turn around, all your home is either like you got it or the lifting drinks or winking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crew, you may go up to Mordenkainen's room, which for the first time we're gonna see. It's up here.
Ooh.
It's very indistinct. Similarly made like all of yours, with a slightly nicer bed. And he's you see he is still sitting like in his chair reading his Staff of the Archmagi leaning against him, and he says, do sit down.
Okay.
What brought you to seek me out?
Well, I once heard mention of you, and that's when when we were all told that we were summoned by the most powerful wizards of all the realms, that I made the connection then, and you have ever since just shown to be stalwart and a bulwark among the capriciousness of your colleagues. And I find that to be quite an amicable trait. And
Go on.
oh, and no, it just and so I sought to pursue it.
What do you seek to find with me? Romance?
If it's there.
Companionship.
If it's there.
Why me aside from my steadfastness?
You have pride, but not arrogance. Like, not so much a lustrial, although no, even so, Illustrial knows she's a daughter of Mistra, and Tasha knows that she's the Tasha. You're the Mordenkainen, and yet I don't know that you've ever name dropped yourself. There's a modesty in it that doesn't self-denigrate. And it's a very specific concoction of traits that makes you, in your position of power, still, well, attractive. Tasha has lost some of her charm being so in love with herself, I must admit.
Of course.
I sure hope there's no listening charms.
What if there were?
Well, I trust
He,
you.
he chuckles, he says, I do believe it will please her greatly that you have sought me out and spent more time talking about her.
That's true.
He,
Well, as long as everyone's happy.
Cruel. What is Cruel's true intention? Is he just a little bit starstruck by Mordenkainen and how he conducts himself? Is there any ulterior motive by Cruel?
To make it sound so evil, he does have a crush on Mordenkainen.
Oh, interesting. Very well. Mordenkainen nods and say, well, he sits down gently next to you, not too close, and conducts himself very well. And he says, if it is romance that you seek, then I would very kindly ask you to leave tonight. For I do believe that hastening in us sharing a night together shall diminish the bond that we can build together. If this is not to be a comfort of the night itself, then I wish very much to know more of you, young paladin.
See, very wise. I don't know. I shouldn't have been so. Sorry, Arts.
He's like, what's that voice?
I shouldn't have. I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I'm still pleased with that response.
In the fight we're in, love can be a weakness if it's fickle.
Mm-hmm. I disagree, though. I think it gives you strength.
You speak of passion.
No, I speak of a desire for the other in the self.
That is lust.
No, not literally in. I mean, the inclusion of the other in the self. As in, who I am encompasses some of another.
He stands up and says, if you have a choice, you can kill Vecna or save me, but not both. Which one would you choose?
Well, I don't know you yet. There's only one man so far who I would make that choice for, and he's preoccupied.
Which is good, because
Yes!
you do not know me. You
Yes.
will choose the greater goal here, yes?
Yes, if not for mere pragmatic reasons. You know, wow, it sure would be terrible if my forever burning flame were to present himself at the climax of this event, ruining my ability to think clearly, that would be unfortunate. And surely no god of this world would take advantage of that.
Not. But if you should shift that flame to me, he gives you like a very charming smile in his way, a little bit dangerous, charming nonetheless, and then it returns back to this rather icy image of him, and he says, "Should you shift your flame to me, and I do hope to be there when the final confrontation happens. That would cloud your judgment, yes?"
Not yet.
Then perhaps we should keep it that way.
I disagree. I think perhaps I could get there. Maybe it might make the journey there easier, more worthwhile, something worth fighting for.
He chuckles. "You are very handsome man. Why spend your time and waste your time with someone who will always be neutral? You see, my role in this universe is neither to love nor to hate, but always be in the middle. I am the one who makes sure the scale does not tip."
I am so sorry to do this, but when he says in the middle,
Uh-huh.
blushes.
He says, "Well, it is good to be young and passionate again. Let's cherish that. And with that, you may stay the night."
Okay.
For the rest
Literally
of you,
fade to black.
yes. For the rest of you, you guys wait for like 20 minutes, and crew does not come back, and for that, everything is decided.
My goodness, I spent years loving a man only for him to figure it out, and we never even got anywhere. Like, seriously. It just took him like 5 seconds to make this happen. It's like, is this how it's supposed to go?
Who is Alpha Nikki talking about?
I think she was saying this to there's if the party was like in like a room, she was like saying this party, but yeah.
Wondering about how easy crew can find someone to be interested, and Alpha Nikki has spent years holding a torch and never getting there. You may also retire to bed.
Ah. It wouldn't be creepy if I just decided to scry. No, I shouldn't do. No.
Oh my
She goes to
god.
bed. She goes to bed. She goes
You
to
think I could scry, then you realize scry doesn't work in here.
No. Alright, never mind. Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
With that, I think this
She was
is a
talking about. Yeah. She was talking about. Yeah.
Adrian.
Okay.
Adrian.
No,
or
no, not
Torn?
Adrian.
Oh,
Torn, yeah, it
Torn?
was Torn, yeah.
Yeah, and with that, I think this is a wonderful place to retire, literally, as we pick up next time with the heist.
Perfect.
This was
Did it.
surprisingly I liked it. Very roleplay intense. Crew and Mordenkainen. It came out of nowhere. I
Not
hope
nowhere. I hinted at it. You asked me, and then I told you what.
Oh right, you did say that Crew has some sort of a crush on Mordenkainen.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I hope I didn't make anybody uncomfortable with this.
Nah, it's cool.
Wonderful. Because we're all adults here, right?
Mm-mm.
And
Well, maybe.
what?
Yeah.
No, he's a child. He's merely, what are you, 18?
Well,
19?
Rem
No, I'm like 21 now. Yeah. I'm
can legally
such an
drink
old
in the
man.
US.
Such a baby. Alright, right, then we shall pick up here next time. A lot of dialogue today. very wild. Alrighty. Matthew there?
I just realized I was muted. Sorry.
No.
He didn't miss anything. I was, but yes, I was. Good session.
Alrighty. Okay, cool. Then we shall pick up next time. I'm gonna address this like side plot a little bit because there are multiple artifacts tied to Vecna that is not by nature included in the book, but the book does like give you like ideas that you should get them. They just didn't. I guess they were lazy and didn't write the actual module to get these artifacts. I am going to add a couple side quests thematically suitable to get these artifacts to make the story more rounded. Because it would be really, really weird if you play a Vecna campaign and the one book Vecna wrote is never in it.
I think you mentioned this the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Where you were saying that like the book's like, yeah, go do these things.
Yeah, the book is just like
And
if you want
that's all
to
it says.
get the if you want to get the Book of the Wild Darkness, you could check out this and that. Basically, it's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And so we're doing the side quest to get the Book of Wild Darkness. That definitely is not gonna be important or anything.
Oh, no way.
Oh,
We gotta open this
It's
book.
like
One
we
of
have
us
a
has.
wizard on the party.
Oh my goodness. I like how Saren is like suspiciously not here in the session where everyone says don't touch the Book of All Darkness.
Conveniently.
yeah, that's up to you guys to tell Sarah not to touch the book. But hey, that's what the NPCs tell you. I don't tell you anything. You guys can do whatever you want.
Ah, Saren was here. She heard everything, right? She heard all the warnings. What she chooses to do is up.
Very nice. So we're gonna stay level 12 for this until we move to the next part, which will be in Eberron.
Wahoo!
Alright, that
Eberron?
was
We're going to Eberron?
Alustria said the
Yo!
the next shard is in Eberron.
And Everon, yep.
I didn't catch that. Okay.
Yeah, she mentioned like half-heartedly, and then Crew started flirting with Mordenkainen.
So freaking awkward. Ark's like, hey, look at this cool memory. Oh, that's where the shard is. Oh, okay.
Wow.
It's almost as if
It's like as if the universe is planning things or something.
It's almost as if the staff is like sentient and like really calling out.
A lot of sentient stuff in here. Wink, wink. Alright.
Yeah, about that.
Hey, Fudge, do you have the Mordenkainen's book? The prop that you keep using? Because I feel like by the end of the session, every single setting book is gonna be in
Yes,
here.
you're gonna have the whole set of all the books on the bookshelves in here.
Not even Eve of Ruin is going to be safe from our collection.
That'll be the last one
We-
that
we
gets
write-
slotted in.
Yeah. We're gonna write that book. It'll be us who write.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, we like recount our tales.
Yes, there and back again
Ruin.
by Bilbo Baggins.
Oh my god, let's fill out this library with all the fun books.
Yes.
Why is Asterion here?
Wait, where's Asterion?
No, that's smart. Get away with it. It's from Waterdeep because when the police came to check out their cellar, Fudge's character just filled their cellar with. They were being super dodgy about. No, you're not allowed to go into our cellar, which made the policemen super suspicious. And the next time when the people actually came and managed to get into the cellar, Fudge's character has filled the cellar with smut, and that's why
Wait,
they
half
didn't-
of that was Fellini's childhood.
What?
So they
All the
basically
fictional.
they did have like a corpse in there, but to mask that they didn't want the police to find a corpse, they filled the cellar with smut and told the police, "Oh, we're just embarrassed about all the smut in here."
Jesus.
That was, and that's why Asteria. This was their favorite one.
Too funny. of
Yeah,
vengeance.
this was
Asterion X Darker Reader. Oh my god.
yeah, we had Spelljammer. Oh, and now we have Ravenloft, and then yeah, we're gonna fill this thing.
We are gonna.
Oh, this was a very fun session. I
Good
enjoyed the
session,
roleplay
yes.
a lot.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Oh my god, Crow and Mordenkainen. Oh my god.
Yep. Now you can say one of my characters had a relationship with Mordecai, and that's sick.
Yep. That DM box is checked for you now, Gratu.
I am to be honest, I mean I find it I thought Crew is gonna engage in some fun casual flirting, but that escalated quickly.
It did.
Well, Mordenkainen was like,
Left Alfie questioning everything.
Mordenkainen literally said, if it was kill Vecna or save me, what would you do? I'm like, okay, I've known you for like 5 days.
Yeah, that's why he says, yeah, you shouldn't know me
Right.
better because you should kill Vecna.
Yeah.
But then you say like, you know what? We can separate this. Why not? This is not gonna come back and bite you in the ass at all. Never, JD, never. I promise. This plot is not going to go anywhere. I love it that everybody has some sort of a
Totally not.
subplot, and Crew, of course, being Crew subplot is a romance. And no, I will tell you now, your old flame will not show up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Because I could not do him justice.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, let me log this game. Also, we are at this. Sometimes, well, every time we play this game, I forget we're in a server.
We are indeed.
Where people can pop up anytime.
All right, y'all. Gonna end the stream here. Thanks for hanging out.